Biafra, where you dey? We dey wait for you to come our way. Simon Ekpa, you dey fight like lion, keeping Biafra safe from Zion. Oh mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want am strong. We Simon Ekpa, we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout, Mama Biafra, yeah, I'll call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand up tall. Together we rise, we no go follow. Oh Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Freedom now before it's too late. In unity we go dey strive. Fight for freedom, we go alive. With courage and strength we dey fight. Mama Biafra, our guiding light. Your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. Simon Ekpa, we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout, Mama Biafra, yeah, oh I call no doubt. Enemies close but we stand tall. Together we rise, we no go fall.
Global conspiracy against the Biafran people. At this moment, we use this media to demand the unconditional release of the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, who the Finland authority have held incommunicado for long now. They say they are investigating, and it's been months up till now. No charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We hereby demand the immediate release, the unconditional release of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. The global conspiracy against the Biafrans is unacceptable. We will never, ever accept it. It doesn't matter how they try to paint it, the whole world is watching. And it is sad that the world is silent, watching the atrocities committed against the Biafran people. Mazi Simon Ekpa is only asking for the freedom of his own people. He's only defending his own people, trying to save the innocent lives that are being wasted away. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa now.
Na bonse vive na kiti enui. Na tulaje bwana mabuli vemelem. Kuja. Ati bekwa na tulane bovo. Timalugo no nugodo kokodo nyano be hule. Dani mona tunilu. kana kwa lerinu ngwangulu ngula matali woso jere futa mbaka njuba diali Mama abulezi okwenu na bakala kelu ego n'ezi enu n'ụbọchị akala kelu ego n'odezi maka na ababane n'ụwa aralu n'uteyi ụmụ Biafra kụnye enu ụmụ Biafra kụnye enu Kwani bono no mono nezi bia kenenwe Ono nenu lila tono nanda gulugu seji tono nugu bana tai Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Makana njuko no 1 million we bofu wa maabulezi okwe Naka ni kwata mila kepa waja siyenyi ka kesu ezo pabule be waro tamano Mo Biafra kuyenu Kanyi welo fobi wena tabano banye Makano fobi abakama Nana nugo nuwe Mo Biafra na mekele umunina Nkabo nkani Mwadati na ijele wanyi biakeneli Okwage bulu kwekene na fandi otu Biafra is our hope And the Biafra is our religion Nkodi na wata chieza muno bibu onye iwere ya Wesi ya kene rugio Adubagwo chukwo Ikemba one of Biafra land mongwe Adawune ya kala ya dike Mafondi mo jiri diebu bebya debi chevele mongwe Abusikwodo kweji mali Igbo nine Adagweji malo Biafra miya Kadumegwo chukwu Papa gisi kene logi Filipu Efyong Abusikwa nwoke kwuloku wekusi okwu si na Biafra ekunye Na ya bụ Biafra ya tolugo enata Na bụrụ na ya bụ Biafra ekunyigo N'ọkụ ọgụli nwata n'aka na ele Ọbagị isi kene logo onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu Amadike Biafra kede ebe ndo dike Amadike Biafra bịa
She has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of
Ọbagị bụ ofu onye tiri ndị iro mgbada nwụrụ ahụ n'isi
accused from my case and cannot try my case.
Amadike
There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not
Amadike
know.
bụ mmanwụ ndị
It is
iro
my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you.
Emekene gị
Today, because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I
N'isi
sent a petition to
ekene gị
NJC
Biafra
about it.
COS Dr. Ngozi Ọrabueze Ebiakeneli
Is using
Abụzikwa
her
oke nwaanyị gị
position
ka bụ na
for
abọ n'ama
for personal gain.
Ada Biafra n'ịtọtọ
Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges.
Ezi na-eme obi ụmụ ya bịa ngwa ngwa
They told them.
Nwoke dị na nwaanyị bịa n'ụlọ
That if they convict
unu
me, this is what happens.
Isi ike na ụmụ Biafra kwụ gị n'azụ
Nobody wants to do
maka na akwụdola eze ochie n'elu ụwa ịmalụgo elu
That's the problem.
na gidigidi bụ ugwu eze ọma bụrụ eziokwu
They sent her to my case.
Akwa gị si ike kenelu gị ndị Biafra gọọmenti niile ndị nọ na exile cabinet bịa n'ụlọ unu mwe ọnụ ekene unu jisi chukwu na ndị a na ya agba unu ume maka na onye sụrụ ọbịa ya atọ ka anyị malụ ga-enu eyi jisie n'ike ekenele m ndị Biafra Liberation Army ụmụ chukwu the angels of Biafra land the great oracles of Biafra na n'unu anu ekele unu na ma na n'unu jisi ike n'ọrụ Chukwu ya gba unu ume ụmụ Chukwu ene asị ekele ya the Prime Minister H.E. Maazị Simon Ekpa abụzikwa agbata obi otu adịrị ụmụ Biafra bịa n'ụlọ anụ nganga mpịote mgbe wile nna mmiri na-adị ugwu bịa fudu akọ mmiri na-akwa n'olu mmụọ na-abụ abụ bịa keleli ọdọgịrị dị m ose fụrụ ndị ilo bịa n'ụlọ n'uwe makwale n'aka ose adị mma n'anya mgbe eji mụ agụ ka onye ilo si n'ọdịrọ nkasị onye ilo ya tinye isi onye ilo wee walọsọ abụzi ikwe nwa ọgbata obi ihe ọgada gidi dike bịa n'ụlọ ka o jiri kwala n'ihe onyinye Chukwu nyere ndị Biafra na n'ụlọ n'ụlọ bekele gị asị m na ya adịrị ndị Biafra niile na mma asị na ya adịrị ụlọ niile na mma ma ndị anyị na-akpọrọ nwe na owutere anyị wee rie nne ma ndị anyị na-akpọ na ndụdo n'ọnwụ maka na mgbe na-agbọ ka ekwe na-agbọ dike ọgbọ ya na ndụ ọgbọ ya n'ọnwụ n'obi ife onye edobeli na-edere n'ụwa ma abụrụ ife emeleme a good legacy will last forever ma abụrụ ife emeleme and in remembrance of my bless you.
Heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị anyị anaghị efe arụsị ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya ọ bụ ya mere ndị gboo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị ọbụladị ndị okenye oru abụọ na anọ bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ala ha niile so na-ede nsọ Chineke na nke igwe n'ụtụtụ a ehihie abalị n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke berede ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube onye ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị ma mma gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube dị ngọzi ka igwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị onye nwe m na Chineke na dị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke bịara na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ anyị wee na-arịọ gị iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne ịdị n'otu ọganiru ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ka i wee tinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezuga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke bred ngozi ka ọ ga-abụ ikpeta maazị na Biafra ga-abịa anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị kpụ isi ala nye gị bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi mara n'ebighị ka a na-arịọ gị ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth. the director of radio Biafra and Biafra television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. It must be defended at all cost. At all cost. It is the land of God, given to his children for their eternal habitation. We may have failed in the past to recognize this very fact, but now that this generation has come, there is nothing anybody can do to stop us from restoring the kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth in the land of Biafra, without apologies to anybody.
The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirates. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell them, oh no, there was somebody called Hope Uzodimma. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Umahi. He loves Fulani. He used to be our brother. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to their Ruga, which they want, a new Nigeria which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the east, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the west.
Njoku negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Njoku said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Njoku is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. That Gowon was the aggressor, not Njoku. That's how Nigeria is. Always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it. And we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And
what we are pursuing is a part of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight.
The Finnish authorities to release Mazi Simon Ekpa immediately. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, has not committed any offense. Therefore, we demand for his immediate release. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa and free him now. No hand must stop Mazi Simon Ekpa from exercising his duty as a free man. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa.
For those of you who do not understand what we are doing, we are fighting for our freedom. And I believe that everyone in this life and in this world, wherever where you are, the country where you reside in, have a history. Now, I want every one of us here today and those who will listen to this particular speech to note one very important fact. Nigeria state came into being through conquest. This is a fact that nobody can change. Nigeria came into existence through conquest. And the forceful imposition of foreign rule, which denied the indigenous people in Niger area the opportunity to negotiate and choose what they wanted. That is the problem. We have lived with this foreign rule and this forceful union for decades, over 100 years. That is the problem. Now, I want everyone listening to me today to also understand that after this forceful union of Nigeria, called the amalgamation, successive regime, both before and after the shambolic independence, continue to hold the state together in a similarly forceful manner, the same pattern and the methodology that the conquest and invasion and the colonizers came in with. They're taught by the forceful and the barrels of the gun, they will continue to kill people for the unity of Nigeria. That also is the problem today. So, this impression that they are creating, that the country must remain as crafted from the amalgamation by the colonialists, and that this country called Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. That is also the problem. We have lived from centuries to century, and today we are in the era of 21st century. We are now in a global village where the things of the past and the things of the old are changing to become new. And they don't want to change Nigeria with the dangerous diversity that have now emanated from different angles and the different injustices and corruption, and now Nigeria have found itself to become an Islamic state. That is the problem.
That you are supporting Nigerian government in any way, either in the Nigerian army, Nigerian police, Nigerian security, Nigerian immigration. The PM has said today, we are not against you, but if you wear the Nigerian uniform representing Nigerian government in Biafra land, you are going to pay the price, and you're going to pay the ultimate price for supporting a terrorist government that is in Biafra land. These are terrorists that kill our people, maim our people, burn our houses, burn our businesses, burn our homes in Biafra territory. If you are one of them, you have yourself to blame. If you are wearing any Nigerian uniform, Nigerian military uniform, Nigerian police uniform, Nigerian security uniform, sorry is your name. We have no prison, we have no jail. If you are caught inside Biafra land, you are gone. Only one, under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa.
Thank you so much for joining, wherever you are joining from. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. For the sake of those who are joining us on this program for the very first time, I want you to know that this platform is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But today, under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Arabueze. That is where we are. For the sake of record, in this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come here to attack individuals or persons. We do not come here to push propaganda or blackmail, neither do we come here for saga. What we do in this platform is to propagate the gospel of freedom, more especially for the Biafran people. We are here to expose the atrocities of the Nigerian government against the Biafrans. We are here to expose the evil of the terrorist government of Nigeria against its own citizens, not just the Biafrans. Every indigenous person in that contraption called Nigeria has become an endangered person. Every indigenous person living in that contraption called Nigeria is an endangered person in the hand of the government of the day. That is why we come online on a daily basis to expose this fact. And we have come once again. Remember, in this platform, every morning when we come here, it is always an interactive session. We permit everybody to join us in this platform to air their opinion. The only thing that qualifies you to join me on this platform is for you to be a human being. It doesn't matter where you belong. It doesn't matter your orientation. It doesn't matter who you think you are supporting. It doesn't matter whether you agree on Biafra issue or you don't agree. Maybe you have your own different opinion. You are entitled to your opinion. Our purpose of being in this platform every blessed day is not to gag you, but to tell you what you need to know. That is why we come on daily basis. So, when you look at the comment section, you are going to see the link there. If you have a question to ask, you have a contribution to make, you have a superior argument, whether you are one Nigerianist or from other part of the world or whoever you are, and you feel you have something to share with us, click on that link and join me on stage. When you are coming, if your video is on, make sure you appear in a decent manner. We cannot admit you on this platform wearing just your singlet or coming in with your bare body. No, we won't allow that. If you must join us here, you have to appear in a decent manner. Next is that when you are joining on this platform, if you are speaking to the audience, please speak in a civil manner. Try to communicate to us in a civil manner so that we can understand you. A lot of people are watching this program across the world. Members of the cabinet are watching this program. So if you want your contribution or your question to be answered, if you need a feedback, present your case in a civil manner. Nobody knows it all. We can learn from you and you can equally learn from us. So our purpose of being here today is to exchange views and tell the world our story and our version of story. That is why we come every day. So today we have come once again to deal with a very important issue. Yesterday, due to some certain issues, I wasn't able to come online yesterday. And a lot happened yesterday. So, but today we are going to deal with those issues that we are not able to cover yesterday. Today we are going to cover it. One of the most important issues that we are going to talk about today, if you looked at my title there, you're going to see the title of the message of today. It says, Finland human rights abuse exposed to the world as Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoku take a stand in Finnish court. Finland human rights abuse exposed to the world as Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoku take a stand in Finnish court. You know that our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, yesterday was in court. Just as we have always expected, I announced it even before that yesterday. I said it about 30th, which is the Heroes' Day, that he is going to be in court. So yesterday, the court of our Prime Minister sat. And we saw a short clip that came out from that very sitting. So it's obvious that the Finland have now dished out their wickedness as planned with Nigerian government against the Biafran people. And they are taking Biafra to court. Wherever you are and you're watching this program, I want you to be focused. Do not get distracted. I know that the video that came out yesterday and the pictures were disturbing. And so many Biafrans are already worried. So many Biafrans are already messaging, calling, and saying all manner of things. But I want to tell you, as a Biafran, you must be strong. Freedom doesn't come cheap. It comes with responsibility. And whatever is happening today, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, knew there's a possibility that it can happen. He is not a novice. When we saw our Prime Minister on this very short clip yesterday, it speaks volume. What you have seen seated there is Biafra on the international stage. What you are watching is Biafra on the international stage. And I want to tell you that the circle has completed. The circle has completed. Back home in our land, where our land is under occupation in Nigeria, our Supreme Damazen Nandekano is in the forefront, fighting in the court. On the international stage, on the court, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is there, fighting on the court. In Washington, D.C., where decisions are making, the Deputy Prime Minister is there, reaching out and making moves. The circle is completed. The human rights abuse of Finland finally has come to the open. And more are going to be revealed. Our Prime Minister was brought to court yesterday, and the case was officially opened yesterday. What you saw yesterday was the introduction of the case of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. They have introduced the case, charging him for inciting terrorism, incitement, and being part of a terrorist group. That is what they presented yesterday, and also the tax charge. So officially yesterday, the case has been introduced. And we are going to be waiting for the normal hearing and battle that will proceed. During the introduction of the case, the defendant made a lot of moves and things were spoken. Just like the case of Mazen Nandekan. The accusation is the same thing. But you see, there is a card that people, the enemies of Biafra, always play. There's a card the enemies of Biafra always play. And somehow they have played that card again and again and again. And Biafrans, we are still falling to that very card. This strategy of divide and conquer. Divide and conquer has been the strategy the Zoological Republic is using against Biafrans from the time immemorial. They continue to use that very strategy and continue to use it until up to this moment. Divide and conquer. This strategy was drawn. This strategy was first of all drawn by the Israelis. Israelis applied their strategies and draw their strategies for Palestine, and it worked out. Make sure you create so many groups so that they cannot agree and be together to fight in a one front. Once you succeed in creating so many groups, you create a distraction and they cannot focus to fight a just cause. This same strategy was being applied in South Africa during the apartheid. A strategy of divide and conquer. The people were divided among themselves. They push groups, push different opinion and agenda to make sure that there is no single agreement. In the case of Biafra, that has been the only strategy that is holding us back and delaying us. Unfortunately, the British has been able to train Nigeria very well on that divide and conquer. At every given point in time, they make it impossible for you to have one voice. They make it impossible for Biafrans to have one voice. They sacrifice everything sacrificable to see that we don't have one voice, because they know the power we possess when we speak in one voice. They know the power we possess. When I see my prime minister in court yesterday, I looked at him and his countenance. I begin to understand a lot of things. If you are not in control of yourself, watching Mazi Simon Ekpa in court, you get emotional and you might begin to think otherwise. But I bet you, if you are genuinely a Biafran, what you are seeing here is bound to happen. But at the end, it will end in glory. They brought charges against our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. And after reading their charges against Mazi Simon Ekpa, the prosecutor was demanding for 6 years jail time. The prosecution counsel was demanding for 6 years jail time for terrorism incitement and being a member of terrorist group. And the defendant asked him, the terrorism incitement you are talking about, where was it committed? In Nigeria. With whom did you do your investigation? With Nigeria. And what is the human rights record of Nigeria? What is the security situation of Nigeria now? Those questions spoke volume. And those questions held them ransom in the court. Every one of us know the security state of Nigeria. Even before Mazi Simon Ekpa joined IPOB. You see, that is why when I was talking about the case of Mazi, I said these two cases are the same. You cannot, the only people that try to separate these two cases or these two people are mischievous people. And anybody that you see that try to play that game, say, I love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and I hate Mazi Simon Ekpa, these are those people they used to plant the divide and conquer. When you see them, identify them immediately and stay away from them. For you to be a Biafran, sensible and reasonable Biafran, and somebody will come and create a divisive thought in you, telling you that somehow Mazi Simon Ekpa is fighting for a different thing, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for a different thing. Sometimes when they see that word, I just think within myself, do they really think that they think we are not humans? Those who make those statements think that we don't have common sense. Even if you started following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu yesterday, or you have not followed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before, all you need to go is to go to the messages of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his broadcast, listen to his broadcast, and you come back to Mazi Simon Ekpa and listen to his broadcast. They were pursuing one and only single thing. And the same way you see the case going for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria, that is how Finland authority be disgraced. And that was why they pushed in the tax issue. Because when it comes to tax, the tax invasion, when it comes to tax, government can easily hold you on that. Remember, even Donald Trump was held for tax. They say he evaded tax. The same charge was brought against Donald Trump that he evaded tax. But after all said and done and all this and done, they did what they did and they threw it away. So when it comes to tax, that is always the cheapest way they can be able to catch you. Maybe there was a transaction you did that you've just forgotten, or maybe there was a delay somehow, or maybe there was something I've forgotten along the line. They can just, no matter how little it is, they're going to trap you with it. They have not given us the detail of the tax invasion they are charging our Prime Minister, knowing fully well that the terrorism case is not going to hold water. Because before you could be able to talk about issue of terrorism, Mazi Simon Ekpa, you have to show the active participant of Mazi Simon Ekpa in Nigeria. Mazi Simon Ekpa have not traveled to Nigeria. He was in Finland, educating his people on how to protect themselves and defend themselves from the enemies. We know what is happening in Biafra land. I wish I could be able to share the videos of the atrocities of Nigerian military in Biafra land and Nigerian police. I wish I could share it. You see the brutalization of the people by the police. And so many times families have lost people in the hand of Nigerian police and Nigerian army. So many children have been made orphan. Women have been made widows. Men have been made widowers. And you think that these people will fold their hand and continue to watch you. Whatever is happening in Nigeria is as a result of the terrorist act against the people. And the people are taking action to defend themselves and save their lives. From all the thing that was said in the call, it is very, very clear, even to the deaf and dumb, that the terrorist charges against our Prime Minister does not hold water. And that is why they are pushing forward the issue of tax invasion. And we are going to be watching to see how Finland is going to face this very madness that they brought upon themselves. The human rights abuse of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa will not be overlooked. The human rights abuse of Mazi Simon Ekpa will not be overlooked. When you look at Mazi Simon Ekpa in the court yesterday, there's a very great difference. You're going to see that all is not well. All is not well. This is a man who has been taken away from his son, kept incommunicado, and we cannot be able to ascertain what they are doing to Mazi Simon Ekpa. Because when you are dealing with Nigeria, an evil country like Nigeria, anything can happen. They can do anything to take you out. More especially when they see that you have effects, you can make changes. They will do everything to take you out. But I bet you, no matter what they do, we will continue to pray for our Prime Minister. And I know he will not be broken. What they are doing today now is psychological warfare on Mazi Simon Ekpa. Just like they did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Psychological warfare. And it has just begun. It is not easy to carry the weight of a whole nation on you. It is not easy. The tax Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa has embarked on is not a small task. They need our prayers. It's not a small task. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talked about the global conspiracy, so many of us do not understand what he meant by global conspiracy. If not global conspiracy, ask me. In the court yesterday, on the court of Mazi Simon Ekpa, the defense team was asking the prosecutor, which terrorist organization are you talking about? The Biafran movement. Biafra movement has been since 1967 to 1970 when they fought a war. And it was a genocidal war, by the way. The defense team was able to explain about the war. And this group have emerged from different section to different section until they got to where they are today. And there is no country in the world that see them as terrorists. And the Finland authority was asked, in their own record, is Biafra group terrorist group? And their prosecutor said no. In all the countries of Europe and America and Asia, is there any place where the Biafra movement is recorded as terrorists? And the answer is no. So where are you getting your terrorist group from? Nigeria, proscribed IPOB. And you did your investigation with Nigeria. And now you're working based on what Nigeria has given you. That is why you are charging him for terrorism. Now the question is, what is the human rights status of Nigeria? What is the human rights status of Nigeria that you can be able to use evidence produced by them to judge a citizen of Finland? What is their human rights record? And the whole court began to turn upside down. The whole court mood began to change. This is just an absolute persecution. And we know from the very first time they have said it. The woman that is representing Nigeria said it, that Mazi Simon Ekpa is standing in between their bilateral relationship with Nigeria. And we know what that bilateral relationship is. Recently, we have seen them signing deals. It is about deals. It's about economic interests. The same thing that is happening in every African country. Today, Finland has keyed in the new The colonialism. To colonize Africa, Finland have keyed in to colonize Africa. And they can take anybody, including their citizen, to bargain for that colonization. But I bet you that marks their end and their failure. That marks the beginning of the end for them. Because our Prime Minister, Mazi Samanepa, is innocent, remain innocent, and he will definitely be free and join us. It doesn't matter what they say, what they think on their line of thought, we will not be broken. My major problem is the divide and conquer that we have always allowed to take effect. That is the strategy they are using, divide and conquer. That is the only strategy that Nigeria have used. It is not too difficult. They don't change it. They don't change it. They have never changed strategy. It is one, divide and conquer. Make sure they do not have a central force. Make sure they do not agree. That is the assignment. That was how they fought Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. During Mazi Nnamdi Kanu time. Every single idiot today that claimed to be supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are all against him. They called him name, even more than they called Mazi Samanepa. They called him name. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was outside fighting, the World Igbo Congress were not aside, they were not in time with him. The World Igbo Congress, we are not with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They were playing their hanky-panky. They were the source of the delay that made everything that happened. You see in many videos where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called them out. Is it Ohaneze Ndu Hinandama? Ohaneze Ndu Hinandama. You see, their own is the worst. Even the Ohaneze themselves are not united. They have two factions. Two factions. Divide and conquer. Two factions. Just of recently, they elected some people, and some other people went somewhere. The government went somewhere and elected their own. Election was held in Rivers State and also in Enugu State. One faction for the government and one faction for the Biafran people themselves. The Igbos. And that is how they have mastered this very act of divide and conquer. Never ever allow them to agree. Even while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was around, there were still factions. Within the IPOB, there were factions, people who don't agree. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying something, they will be saying differently. Remember Uche Mefo? Uche Mefo was there. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came out, all of a sudden Uche Mefo began to preach different things altogether. Uche Mefo began to preach against the policies of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They create this division because they know that most of us, more especially the Igbos, they love to be on top. Everybody wants to be, let it be me. Everybody wants it to be himself. Why don't we calm down and allow one person to be there? Everybody cannot be a leader. Everybody can have the leadership quality, but everybody cannot be a leader. There must be followers and leaders. Nobody said you don't have the leadership quality. Everybody might have the leadership quality, but at the same time, everybody cannot lead at the same time. Why don't you wait until you get your turn? Why don't you wait until that opportunity knocks at your door? Why? Why is it so difficult for us to agree? They have capitalized on our disagreement to demonize us and dehumanize us. They capitalize on our disagreement to continue to preach evil against us. They capitalize on our disagreement to continue to push agendas, and it is working for them. They don't have two plans, only one single strategy: divide and conquer. Make sure they do not agree. And this is the same strategy that the West is using in Africa as a whole. Make sure that the Africans do not agree within themselves. How do they do that? By creating unnecessary boundaries that does not exist. Creating boundaries that does not exist. You will come in a family, you walk through the family from the middle, and you create boundary and give part of the family different name and give this family different name. Intentional act. Create a thing that they will never agree. That is why you see a Yoruba man in Benin Republic. It was intentional act. Do you think that a Yoruba man who is in Benin Republic will not fight for the interests of his own people? Or do you think the Beninoans there we admit the person? They always see him as a threat. Take, for example, when Sonny Bo was taken to Benin Republic. When Sonny Bo ran there, it was the Yorubas that ran after him, and they were able to secure their brother. They are one people. So even though they are in Benin Republic, their interest covers their brothers in Nigeria. And this becomes conflict of interest. It is conflict of interest because you are a Beninoan person in a country, but your family is Nigeria. How does it work? Divide and conquer. Intentional creation of boundaries that does not exist. They intentionally put those wicked boundaries to create chaos everywhere. And that is what they are doing to us as Biafrans. And we are not paying attention. Even at this difficult time, go and see platforms. Yesterday, there were some platforms who were jubilating. Seeing someone Ekpa in court was a thing of joy for them. They are happy. They are happy. And everything they were saying in their platform was negative, celebrating. And you think it's about Mazi Simon Ekpa. You're a fool. If you think that Mazi Simon Ekpa is standing for himself on that court, you're a fool. You are seeing Biafra on international stage. And the person that is there for you, on your behalf. If he's not there tomorrow, it might be you. That is one thing you don't know. If not that he's there, if you were to be in that situation, maybe Chukwu Okigabia might choose you and you become the person. But we never reason in that form. Instead, you testify against your own brother. You bring false evidence and accusations against your brother. You produce information that does not exist against your brother. And one of the people that are bringing testimonies are people who have testified falsely in the past. People that have a very bad record. But yet, because of the global conspiracy, their testimony is still considered. And because of their testimony, our Prime Minister was arrested and today is in court. Wherever you are as a Biafran, do not be demoralized. Remain focused. You see this battle, it is going to end in joy. One thing you should know that we are at the peak in all angles. We are the peak. Mazi Nnamdi is in the forefront in Nigeria, fighting, and we are seeing the result. On international court, Mazi Simon Ekpa is there, standing for Biafra. In Washington, D.C., where decisions are made, Dr. Ngozi Oraweze is there, doing what she has to do. And the circle is complete. All we need to do is every hand must be on deck. Stop your jealousy, envy, and your evil thought. We cannot all be leaders. There must be somebody leading and others we follow. Even if all of us have leadership quality, we cannot lead at the same time. One person must lead, others we follow. The earlier you begin to understand that, the better for you. Because this very game is what they have played again and again and again and again. There is no difficult strategy they use against us as Biafrans. Divide and conquer. Divide them. Make sure they do not agree. I bet you if we can speak in one voice as Biafrans. Even Igbo Biafrans alone, if Igbo Biafrans alone can speak in a loud voice, in one voice, because they have the majority. If they can stand and speak in one voice the way they are supposed to, things will change. You just wake up and you see that things have changed. But what do you see? You see some idiots and clowns scattered all over social media. Go to their conventional media. The people they use to push their evil propaganda and agenda and lies are Biafrans. People like you and I. When you see some of them speak in conventional media, you shed tears. I'm going to play one of the videos today from VOP. That idiot they call Anosike. I'm going to play that idiot. That I don't know how to mention. I don't know what to call that guy, that man. A stammerer that doesn't even know how to talk. You go and learn how to speak first of all. Go and train yourself and know how to speak before you come out to begin to lie and talk rubbish against your people. Each time I listen to that idiot, I don't know, my anger becomes uncontrollable. This is an idiot that claims he's a Biafran. He even claimed that he has worked with Wazirike as a secretary for Wazirike. But when he opens his mouth to talk, you begin to wonder where his brain is. And these are the kind of people that they use to divide us. Make sure they do not agree. Make sure they do not agree. I'm going to play the video of that clown so that you people can see the kind of people they use to push lies against us. Mazi Simon Ekpa is completely innocent. And at the end of the day, the human rights abuse of Finland will be exposed to the whole world. It will be exposed to the whole world. That is why they drag in tax. They drag in tax into it to use that task to see that they can keep you. And they were demanding for 6 years jail time already, even when the case have not kicked off. Yesterday was just introduction. In the next sitting, then the battle will start. But already, even the introduction made by the defense turned the court upside down yesterday. Just like the case of Mazen Nandekano, which he won on the trial before trial, trial within trial. We will be watching. But I urge every Biafran, do not shake. Do not be demoralized. Don't allow anybody to bully you. Don't allow anybody to make you feel weak. Do not allow. And I love that yesterday, Biafrans celebrated the Heroes Day yesterday. The Heroes Day celebration yesterday, Remembrance yesterday was amazing. Against all odds, the Biafra land was shut down with all their propaganda, including that idiot Anosike was talking rubbish. But yesterday, we have videos to confirm that yesterday Rio was shut down. Biafrans did what they had to do. And we will continue without going back. It is sad. But here we, a new phase have opened from yesterday. A new phase have opened. And wherever you are as a Biafran, never give up. Don't allow anybody to bully you to acceptance of slavery. Don't. You're welcome, my beloved brother Greg and my sister Ojugo. Bro Greg, take the mic and speak to us if you are there. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, Maz, good afternoon.
You're welcome.
My greetings to my sister Ojugo. Good afternoon or good morning. I don't know where you are residing. My greetings to all the Biafrans and the men on the comment section. We thank God yesterday for our Remembrance Day. We thank God for the inauguration of the Biafran head office in DC. We thank God yesterday for the life of our PM that we saw. And we thank God for the life of Mazen Nandekano. The month of May has become a very important, especially this 2025 year. It's a very, very big year that non-Biafran will forget. The month of May 2025 that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting in Nigerian court. Mazi Simon Ekpa, the PM, is fighting in Finland court. Just for the sake of the freedom of Biafrans. The Bible says, for God so loved the world, he gave his only son. For him to come and die, to set the mankind free. Nnamdi Kanu is suffering. The parents died. The friends died for the sake of Biafra. He is in prison for getting to 6 years for the sake of Biafra. Simon Ekpa is suffering at the same time, being in prison in Finland for the sake of Biafra, for the love he has for his own land, for the pain they are going through, for the suffering of every citizens of Biafra people, for all the atrocities that the Nigerian government opened door for evil to be happening in Biafra land. And when these men started campaigning against it, because what the Nigerian government and the Fulanis did with the British was to plant evil in our land. The land of the Biafra, the land of the Igbo, are the land that never accommodate anything evil. The Biafra land, especially the Igbo land, never accommodate evil. But today, the evil is thriving in Igbo land and Biafra land, because with that evil, the enemy will have opportunity to come in. And today, Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa raise up and say, no, genuinely get up and to fight for that injustice, to fight for that evil, to fight for those who came in our land, dividing us, causing hunger, causing kidnapping, causing frustration, insecurity, causing disharmony in families. Backwardness is everything in business, in education, causing everything that is called evil and bad in our land, for them to use it to triple in. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa said, no, they will not be alive to see it happen. The same people is using our people again to fight Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, fight that Mazi Simon Ekpa, so that the same evil will continue, so that they will have the opportunity. When you go back to the 2 weeks before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, and then he listened carefully with all the whole broadcast he made, and all that he said that will happen within that 2 weeks, not knowing that they will pick him. As a spiritual person, he knows that within that time to that 2 weeks, there's something that's is going to happen that Biafrans must be careful of and be alert at that particular point. He made that broadcast. The same thing happened when Simon Ekpa, before 2 weeks, he called the people, he called his cabinet that is joining him to fight for the freedom and right of his people. He called them together just as Christ called his disciples and gave them advice And he said that it is only one law that is living for you, that thou shalt love one another as he, Christ, loved you. Simon Ekpa called his cabinet and table a case about her COS, and asked them each and every one question. Why do you hate her? I want peace in this cabinet. I don't want to sack any of you from this point, but I want you to respect this woman. I want you to bring honor. I want you to bring respect and peace in this cabinet, so that the next stage we are moving, we will not have any single problem. That was the plan, as if he knew what is coming for him. And today, what is happening? Everybody is aware. Because even before Christ was betrayed, he said, one of you will betray me. One of you, among you 12, one will sell me. But woe unto that person, is better that he was not born. And the whole warnings was there. And at the end, he gave them peace talk and love to carry on. And see that enemy, that very Judas, hardened his heart. That evil man hardened his heart, because he did not come in the first place to do the will of God. He came to accomplish his master's assignment. That is what happened between Simon Ekpa and his cabinet before he was picked up. So, the Biafrans supposed to advise themselves. The Biafrans today is supposed to know. The question I asked my people here a week today we had meeting is, why do you spend your time as Mr. Choose spend all his time every day he's on broadcast? You go to meetings, you contribute your money, you spend your time, you talk, and at the end of the day, you don't know why you are doing those things. At the end of the day, you are not sure of what you are coming up to do. At the end of the day, you have no patience and to make sure that what you are suffering will come to actualize. At the end of the day, you walk against that very thing that you said you believe. Then why do you spend your time and your energy and your money and coming out in the name that you are fighting for Biafra? Does it make sense? That you spend the money that you're supposed to use, even though if you are too much rich, then you can give it to the charity, the homeless. If you don't know the reason why you are contributing money, if you don't know the why you are joining every meeting, if you don't know why you are coming out to make broadcasts, if you don't know the reason why you are sleeping and having nightmares because of freedom, then why are you spending your time in doing those things, since he doesn't want to follow the rules for that what you are suffering for will actually come? Instead, you go and continue destroying it with your hand, out of wickedness and jealous, out of impatience and not tolerating your brother or your sister. So it's a pity. But I thank God that we saw our PM yesterday alive. I am not happy that he did not look joyful as he normally is. But I thank God that he is still alive and he is standing he is fit to stand that trial, which will come at the end victorious to him and to the Biafrans. So yesterday, when I saw him, I encouraged myself and I said, I am not surprised that Finland did what they did. What is surprising me is the Biafrans who are helping them to actualize what they want to do. Finland is basing their investigation from Nigeria. Who are the Nigerians? The same Biafran Simon Ekpa is dying for. The same Biafran Simon Ekpa will make 100 broadcasts without even not eating. Even when he is sick, he will get up and make broadcasts to create awareness of what his people is going through in Biafra land. The same Simon Ekpa call all the Biafrans from east, west, and south when they take noise in Namdekan. Let us not divide ourselves. Even when we don't agree, let us pretend as everything is okay so that we can achieve and win the enemies. The so-called DOS refused. They call him Makbuda, nobody. They refuse to do that. They are the people who joined the Nigerian government and work against Simon Ekpa. They are the people who turn around and tell you that Simon Ekpa is working with the governors and the Nigerian government. Why? That is what they were doing. And when they will say those evil things against Simon Ekpa, at the end of the day, they will come and confess and contradict themselves. The same, they will still come and tell you that they are working with the government. This was the agreement with the government, and the same government will still come and confirm that they are working together. But they will turn up and tell the public, Simon Ekpa is working for the Nigerian government. Don't listen to him. And that is what they are doing. And the same thing is still happening again in this time of mass Simon Ekpa. Now, they are ranting Dr. Ngozi working for the Nigerian government. Somebody who stands before the whole world and pronounce a word and stand for the thing that the Nigerian government would not want to hear in any form, that Biafra is redeclared. And this woman take it upon her and say, we must do it. Those who fought against it are the people who are telling you today that Dr. Ngozi is working with the governors. Why? That is what they are doing. They accuse you of everything, every single thing they are doing. They accuse it to that person who is innocent. Oh, my people, it is time has come. My word is going now to our cabinet, this present cabinet. When you go home, you on your set and you look at the face of Maz Simon Ekpa. Look at his face and you ask yourself a question. Look at his face and you ask yourself, what have I done in this, since this time I started working with Simon Ekpa? Look at his face and you ask yourself question, is there any way I contributed in him being in that place? Ask yourself question, is there any way I contributed to make sure that he is free from that place? Am I contributing genuinely? Or am I just being a kind of hypocrite? That is the question I want to ask every single Biafra present cabinet. And which advice and help am I giving to Dr. Ngozi today? In which area am I helping Dr. Ngozi? Am I giving her genuine advice? Am I standing for the Tongoza that what happened to Mazi Simon Ekpa will not happen to her? Am I helping her that to make sure that what we are fighting, that we achieve it? Am I helping her to make sure that she walk, that she will not fail? That is the question I want every present cabinet now to start asking themselves. Because it's not just that Simon Ekpa is standing trial in Finland, even though when we all of us know 100% that he did nothing, and Nankan did nothing. Before Simon Ekpa entered Biafra struggle, Nigerian government have pronounced terrorists on IPOB. So Simon Ekpa did not commit any terrorist, neither did Nankan commit any terrorist. Even Nigerian government are the one who have been committing all those evil, and they turn around. The government that people said protest, and the same government to go and hire a group to counter the terror, the protest, and start fighting those who are protesting. Where had that kind of thing happened in the whole world? Only in Nigeria. And when anything happens, they will go and counter those protests and start doing evil. And they will use military and police to go and start shooting on innocent people. Only just to have excuse to destroy their people. The same thing is what they are accusing Simon Ekpa. Why? They know very well they did all those things. Since Simon Ekpa entered this, and since he started fighting for the freedom, every people that have arrested all this while, that they want them to confess that Simon Ekpa sent them, all of them have turned and say Simon Ekpa never sent them. Instead, they started accusing those people that working against Simon Ekpa. And the same people are the ones writing petition against Simon Ekpa. And Finland is taking it to charge Simon Ekpa as a terrorist. So my brother and my sisters, we should start asking ourselves questions. Do we really want this freedom? If we really want freedom, what will make you to spend your time to come out only to work against your brother? And today you are telling Simon, Simon Ekpa, I like Nandagana, I don't like Simon Ekpa. I like Simon Ekpa, I don't like Nandagana. Then you are a hypocrite. So what I am trying to say today is, at the end, victory must definitely come. So we thank God. Yesterday, as we see our PM, heaven will strengthen him. God will direct his team, and God will speak for them. At the end of the day, the victory will come. Anywhere they have Goliath, there is always a David that will bring the head of the Goliath down. That is my submission for this time. Thank you, Maz, and we continue.
Thank you. I appreciate you for your contribution. Let's hear from my beloved sister, Ojugo. My sister Ojugo, take the mic.
Good morning, Chus. And good morning, my brother Craig, and all Biafrans. Wherever you are, I say good morning. My brother Craig, in fact, touched it all, summarized it all, and touched everything, and with the reference in the Bible, so that we know that whatever that is happening today has happened before and will continue to happen. Nnamdi Kanu is not the first to be in such situation. Simon Ekpa is not the first to be in such situation, and they will not be the last. If Jesus, the one Christians believe, that is God, the whole God, and he was betrayed. They threw stone at him where he came to save his people, and stones were thrown at him by the same people that he came to save. And we believe he's God. And there is something common about these great prophets, these great leaders, that they're not just physically there, spiritually they are there. Jesus saw what he's going to embark on. He foresaw that. In reference to that, even when they were all eating, he called them together, the apostles to eat together, and he was advising them. Did Nnamdi not do that? He did. He did. Did Simon Ekpa not do that? He did. So that shows these people, they're not acting on their flesh. Like one of the prophets in Nigeria said, when you are possessed, that these people are possessed, that, there's something that Nigerian people believe. They believe in somebody is possessed of a bad spirit and need deliverance. And that person, some people will say they don't even know when they're doing that. So these people are possessed with the spirit of Biafra. When Simon said 50 men are in me, or 1,000 men, something like that, we think that it was a joke. 50.
Say he's 50 men. Imagine now they should go and look for the rest 50.
The rest 50. You think it was a joke? We pray and we say, those who died during the war of Biafra war, those who continue to die, they should not rest. They should fight our enemy. Where do you think they are? They possess our people. They possess those who are alive. Brother Chooks, what gives you spirit? What gives you strength? Don't you have other things to go do? You do. Brother,
Yes.
what gives you strength? Where do you think that those spirits are? They possess the people that are sincerely, because their spirit, they look in the heart. It's not mouth, physical. They touch the heart and they go there to dwell. And you can imagine when he opened his mouth and said, 50 in me. So, I didn't shake. I was happy yesterday. I was really happy because Nnamdi Kanu, man, is a very remarkable man for the people of Biafra, as it is for people of United States of Nigeria, United States of America, because May, they mark May 26th, every May, they remember, is a Memorial Day. We'll call it Memorial Day. It's a federal holiday, everybody, when they remember the fallen heroes, the military. It's a federal holiday. This year, we did it May 26th. So, and now, how big and how mighty the United States of Biafra. Yes. So many things happening the same time. May 30th. May 30th, that Njoku declared Biafra and there was war. May 30th. If I'm not getting it right, please just correct me.
Go ahead.
May 30th. May 30th appear after how many months? Our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa and the whole world channel there, the whole social media channel there. May 30th, the first ever Biafra embassy was opened in Washington, D.C. The same May 30th, my dear, Biafra land was shut down. I called my siblings. I called those in the village. America says countryside. I called those in the town. As there was going on, they say, this shutdown no be small one. No. Those are on it.
Some idiots are still in their station denying it. Mad people everywhere.
Those I called my siblings. Those are the only area that, my sister that lives in Porako said they're not sure what is going on. Some are saying that they're just afraid, but some people are moving. But I got it that they are now feeling it, like they got it. Now, there is that sense that something like this happened. It's getting them. But outside that, I called my sibling Enugu. He said, the whole Enugu is shut down. I called my uncle at Owerri. He said, don't know if there is any single car outside. My whole family live at Onitsha. Two of my nieces that are in school somewhere, they said they asked them that there will be no school on Friday. So anybody saying that, my brother, had one of the places, I don't know, is everywhere was shut down. Total shut down. So did that tell us something? Did that tell the federal government of Nigeria something? Why don't they drive come inside the Biafra land? Why don't they from Lagos come into Biafra land? Why didn't their governors open their secretariat? It's telling the federal government that we all believe in Biafra, no matter what these politicians are doing. Soludo that is jumping around. I was asking my brothers that on it, are you hearing about Soludo? Anything? Did they come on? They said, come do with it. That the whole place is shut down. So it's a signal that the people rule the place. It's a signal that Biafra want their freedom. I don't know. I hope the whole world are saying it. Those who brought out Simon Ekpa, those who brought out Nnamdi Kanu.
Someone ever instigated the sit at home. Yesterday, everywhere was locked down.
Yesterday Simon was not there, but the whole Biafra land shut down.
Mad people everywhere.
They say even Asaba area. So you see, it's getting there. I didn't get much information data very well because they said around Hell Bridge, to entering Asaba area, that place is all shut down. So, Let's say Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for what? Biafra. From Progress the Analyst, I saw that Nnamdi Kanu's son came out in UK with the list. I don't know if it's the list of those who has passed away that he was mentioning. But what were they doing? What was the protest in UK? Biafra. I didn't hear them saying something different. They were holding Biafra flag. They were wearing I saw that and I was like, let me listen to what they're saying. And they were talking about we must get Biafra. And when I listened to Dr. Ngozo Rabreze and what they were doing at Washington, D.C. was Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu stood in the court of Nigeria and said, I am serving my people. I'm standing for Biafra. Simon Ekpa was staring down. If you read that face, I don't want to analyze what I saw on that face. I'm going to keep it private. But what brought him out? Have you seen Simon in the court? Standing for any trial? But what brought him out is what? Biafra. Yeah, in the court. Because I've after there's a jury, the prosecutor is going to bring out, the summary of what they're, persecuting him for, and then what they are seeking. And what they're seeking is 6 years in case if they find guilty. So that's okay. That's normal process. And the defendant will give reasons and what are they defending for him to be free. They committed no crime. So we're looking. It just started. It just started. Now we're going to be hearing more. So I'm not shaking. This is a man that left everything, his luxury life. Nnamdi Kanu the same. Ojukwu the same. Can we not see the similarity in all these guys? Look at Dr. Ngozi Rabreze, who should be in the AC, in his office, in her house, enjoying her, relaxing. People walking under her. And you watch the distance that they walk from where they are to where they walking a long distance. Everybody. And I saw the woman, I think, with a walker. Everybody's for Biafra. So if you are saying something contrary, please go lay down, ask yourself a question. And if you listen to in your phone, some people will bring out what happened in the court yesterday. And I don't know if they don't know how to click their phone to translate it, and then they are playing it in the what do you call it, the Finland language for who to understand. All this foolishness, I don't even understand it. And if you look at that thing they were saying, one of the things they mentioned there, the organization, it belongs to this organization. Even in the social media, they call them terrorists. In the social media, for those who think that social media is a place where they come and do jamboree, for those who will come and be calling a Biafrans terrorist, You are one of those who threw stone to Jesus Christ. You are one of those who cajole Jesus Christ. You are one of those who are cajoling Simon Ekpa. If you open your mouth and call anybody that is Biafran a terrorist, the persecutors are going to use all this information. That is why when Chika, Mary, Ike, is using those words, me now I've determined, I've made a discovery now. I found a fast number for YouTube. I'm going to write, I'm just saying it here so that I'm going to write about her and send it to YouTube because she needs to stop. We need to put stop to others. It's endangering the life of our people. It's still endangering the life of our people and any other person is then using that word terrorist. That is what Nnamdi Kanu is standing prior for. That is the same thing Simon Ekpa is standing to. And then somebody will open mouth and be calling any other person a terrorist. What are we doing? We need to take this thing to, if you don't know what to do with your platform, please close it down. Stop implicating things. And we do things, we don't even know the seriousness of it. We don't know the seriousness of it. When a human being will come out on a platform, on a social media and say, this is a social media war, you tell me, I tell you. In a social media that you cannot erase. Your children will grow up tomorrow, and then once they put your name, they will see all negativity from the parents. And you think that is a joke. And you think it's a joke. Those who are happy, Simon Ekpa is standing for you. You're just being jealous. I know in your heart, you know the truth. That you wish it were you that is coming out being popular. You accept the truth. But you can't do it. You're not gifted that way. The spirit did not possess you. Tell yourself that the spirit of Biafra did not possess you because the spirit looks inside the heart. Not coming out on the social media to do blah, 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 blah. No. The heart. So, please, do not contradict things more. Do not help Nigerian government more by what you do on the social media. That is part of the places that the persecutor has gotten some of their evidence from the social media. And Chikike Mary did not know when her phone was even hijacked. It has happened before, according to her, and she thought it was a farm day. And now it happened the second time. Do not be Judas. Do not be one of those that are throwing stone on Simon, pretending that you love him so much. What Ojukwu stood for is what Nnamdi Kanu is standing for, and it's what Simon Ekpa is standing for, and it's what Dr. Ngozi Oraveze is standing for. And we've gone back. So those that are still waiting for Nnamdi Kanu, we're already opening things. Please, let's come together. We're fighting the same thing, to be free. We just want to be free. We just want our life to be spared. Otherwise, all of us will perish. All of us. All of us. It will affect us in one way or the other. We all came, if you're Biafra, you all came from one place or the other, from Biafra land. And we will all perish. Our family will be perished. So please, Examine your conscience. Examine your conscience. Very, very important. Retrieve your step. I'll leave it at this.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. I appreciate you so much for that wonderful contribution you just made. You have spoken well, and the word is enough for the wise. Anyone that is out there, you call yourself a genuine Biafran, you have to mind what you do or what you say. Just as I said before, the Janjaweed have only but one strategy. Only but one. Divide and conquer. Make sure they do not unite and speak in one voice. That is the only strategy they have, not and again. And they have been applying it again and again, and it's working for them. They have been applying it. Fortunately, it's working, and there are always people who are willing to play this role. And that will bring me to the video I'm about to play. I want us to pay attention to this video. It's from one of their conventional media in the zoo. One of the idiots that the only work he has in that very place is to speak against his own people. A man that is filled with lie, envy, jealousy, greed. And that is why he's dried up the way he is. Let us listen and hear what that clown has to say. Let's pay attention to this.
With Mr. Noseke, taking a look at the situation, given the rising influence of the exile-based movement like the Ekpa's group, how should Nigeria and the international community...
And for the records, they are talking about government in exile. This is what will make you to understand. When you see evil people, you will always know. They are talking about government in exile, and they know very well that we have moved away from that. We are now in the United States of Biafra. They know why we went for Finland. This very studio themselves, they spoke about our journey to Finland, our declaration of Biafra. They spoke about our DPM, and they spoke about Simon Ekpa. It's not as if they don't know, but I believe Abuja have called them to focus on those who are playing their role. That divide and conquer. They have succeeded in creating a division, and that is how they do. They will always create a parallel organization to checkmate the real one. Nigerian government are very, very professional in doing that. They will create a parallel organization to tackle the one that is original, that is working. They did it in Ensiles. They did it to Wichibo, when there is the good governance protest. They did it to Ohaneze Dibo. They did it to even Pandef. They did it to every group. They will create a parallel one to make sure they create that chaos. The next language they will use, they say hijack. A common language, how you identify it. The next thing, after creating that, they come and tell you, oh, the organization have been hijacked, the union have been hijacked, the protests have been hijacked, the group have been hijacked. When you see people using that language, beware, beware, beware. These are group of deceivers. Look at here. They are reporting what? Yeah.
You remember, when Simon was there, they were not talking about Simon. They said Simon hijack.
Hijack, exactly.
Perfect. Then they will always put out what the unseen what's the name of that DOS
the Emma Powerless.
Emma Powerless. They will say Emma Powerless is said because they know Emma Powerless is with Nigeria. They dance in their tune.
Exactly.
Yes. It was Emma Powerless said. It was Emma Powerless said. Simon hijacked it. Now Simon is not there now. It's a big now they are not hearing about this people.
That's how let's hear. You will see where he's going. The question he's going to the angle he's going now. Where this is nonsense talk is going. He's reporting what to bring it. You know, Let him just finish talking before I now make my comment.
He's a leftist talking about Ojo Charles. He's a deputy coordinator at those civil society organization. He's a political commentator and a public affairs analyst. I don't know whether he's with us, but eventually when he joins in, our producers will let us know. Okay, let me start out with Mr. Nosike. Take a look at the situation. Given the rising influence of the exile-based movement like the Ekpa's group, how should Nigeria and the international community respond to non-state actors inciting domestic unrest from abroad?
Well, for me, I'm not seeing any rising influence. I've not seen any rising influence. Simon Ekpa is nobody in the southeast. Simon Ekpa has his his own Biafra on the social media. When people who are talking about Biafra come south, I'm sure that Simon Ekpa will not be anywhere to be found. So there's nothing like a rising influence. And the person that we know that is fighting for self-determination is Nnamdi Kanu.
You see, when idiots like this talk, you would think they have something to offer or they are coming from somewhere. But when the time progresses, you begin to see who they are. This is a clown who said he worked with Wazirike. He was a member of Mossad before. And when you see him say, when the people who are talking about Biafra comes, that Simon will be nowhere to be found. Ask this idiot, who are the people that we talk about Biafra he's referring to?
Failures. These are failures. The failures.
At least I'm
jealousy.
the meeting worker myself. I want the meeting worker.
This kind of people, no matter how useless they are, these are the people they bring to their media to speak. These are the kind of people that Finland go and listen to. And they will come and begin to tell you that IPOB is a terrorist organization.
Failures who are filled with anger and hatred.
Anger, envy, jealousy.
They are failures. They failed with Wazirike. They failed.
How can Wazirike succeed with this kind of a human being as his secretary or whatever he called himself? How can he?
And currently, he is being persecuted by the Nigerian state. Simon Ekpa committed that's an act of terrorism, and he's going to court to answer for it. Because as long as I know, all his statements, all his utterances confirms to the word terrorism. Because of responsibility to the murder of policemen, of the murder of soldiers, those are what terrorists. So for me, Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. And it is only criminal elements in the southeast that are identifying with him. It's only criminal elements in the southeast that are identifying with him. He has confessed that what he is doing is skating.
You see this idiot. You see how they lie.
Did the idiot, did this Mogun, or I don't know what to qualify this idiot, did he know? Did he see where this military were wearing a chain of ammunition, chain of what do you call it? Ammunition, doing like shooting the whole village down.
In a family house, a residential house, firing the whole village.
Like machine gun, nice terrorism.
With the machine gun, shooting the whole village, shooting the whole market, putting fire on the market. Did this human being? See, that's why, please, I can help him with his stammer, to get a better therapy so that he can come out and talk better like a human being. Look at him like a chimpanzee.
You see, the reason I always use this man as an example, these are the kind of people, there are many like him. These are the people. Okay, this is one of the people who spoke against Mazen Nanegano, called Mazen Nanega the terrorist, contributed money, wrote petition to bring Mazen Nanegano back to Nigeria. But today, When you see them, you see he telling that Mazen Nandekan is the one fighting for self-determination.
How?
And when he was talking about Biafra, he didn't even mention Mazen Nandekan among the people who he said when the people who will talk about Biafra talk, where will Mazen Nandekan be? And now he's describing Mazen Nandekan. He said Mazen Nandekan is the one he knows fighting for self-determination.
No,
but I want
in his widest dream.
Hear him when he will call Mazen Nandekan a fraudster. This idiot.
In his widest dream,
this man is a complete.
Will bring us to Biafra. Him.
The man is a complete. He's a complete dependent. He's not well.
A sick man. I don't know why these people always bring him. I don't know what. Let's hear him.
That he's a content creator.
You see this? When did the man say Simon ever tell them that he's a content creator? Where did he say that? I don't know where they get this language from. That Master Simon was denied being part of Biafra movement. That he denied everything about Biafra. Even when he's in court today, the way he was addressed, go and read the write-up on their own site, in the Finland site. You will see what he wrote and how they called him and what he mentioned.
Did they not tell you?
He denied and he claimed to be a content creator.
Did they not tell you in Nigeria that Sam Nandekan denied that he's a Biafra leader? They told you that Nandekan denied. So this idiot. I don't think this foolish man have gone beyond Lagos. I don't think.
He doesn't have airtime to go and watch movie or go and research. Yeah? You don't even have airtime to make research in your phone. I'm not sure this idiot has smartphone, because if he has smartphone, he will not come on the national TV and be talking this trash. Something that doesn't exist. And he will be speaking with his strong man, boldly saying it.
So a real soldier doesn't deny what he's doing. A real soldier doesn't deny his people. Understand? Using the Greek philosopher Socrates as an example. When he was thrown into prison, and the prison superintendent called him, said, "Come, I will help you to escape." Socrates said, "No. If I escaped, it means I'm not convinced in what I am. If I'm convinced, if I escape, it means I'm a coward. That he will stay in the prison and face the penalty, which is a death sentence." So Socrates was in prison until they brought hemlock to him, and he drank it and died. That's how heroes die. That's how great people die. Great people don't begin to change their statements. You were shouting Biafra yesterday. You were calling yourself the Prime Minister that's of Biafra in diaspora, and today you say no. That what all you are doing is content creation.
Imagine this idiot. Where did he get this information from? From where? Even as at yesterday, Master Samuel was in court, he was still addressed as the Prime Minister of Biafra. So if you go to their side, you will see how he was written there. Is in his platform. If you Google his name, go and Google his name. That is what we are going to see there. How can this clown always come and be yapping this rubbish? And I can't just understand.
For me, that's an act of cowardice. And I have been saying it over and over that what he's doing is duping people. What Simon Ekpa is doing is defrauding people. Using a Biafran struggle to make money, which is the exact thing that Asare Dokobo, Ateke Tom, and Tompono did, using all the problems of Niger Deltas to become millionaires and billionaires, which is wrong.
I think these people, they will hear this one. He will not go free. They will look for him.
You see the kind of people he's comparing. You are comparing these people with Mazi Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nandikano, people that have built a stand for themselves. They have pedigree. They have a job. They have studied abroad. They made a name. The level Mazi Simon Ekpa have attended is the prayer point of so many people today.
My brother, choose. Before you live in the Western world and join the politics and even have recognized in that country, in this Western world, you are somebody.
And this man is comparing him to somebody who is in the bush.
Which many Finland citizens.
Without carrying gun in the Niger Delta, who is the Kuba? I take Otom or whatever. Who knows him? What is his? What is his name? Apart from being a militant.
That's why I tell you, this man
who left everything he has and now come to fight for this idiot. This idiot that is wearing glass. Somebody is fighting for a clown like this, and they will be the people that be in the forefront to come and speak against you.
If you look at the man, you will know that man. That's why I tell you, this man have not crossed Lagos before. Because if Simon Ekpa is making billions on himself, there will be evidence to see it. In Europe, it's not where you make money and there's money be coming to your account and people will not, you will not answer for it.
That's why it was Rickenfeld.
You know, it's
very wrong. So,
the man is an idiot.
When they surround themselves with bunch of idiots.
Bunch of clowns. What do you expect?
Simon Ekpa is a terrorist and he is going to court to face the law.
All right, we understand that Dr. Eric Thomas and, of course, the other virtual guest talking about the leftist, Ojo Charles, who's the deputy coordinator of those civil society. I want to start with Dr. Eric Thomas. Welcome to the issues.
Yeah.
Good evening, Dr. Eric.
Good evening.
All right. Okay, before I go over to the man from Edo State, let me take it up with you, Dr. Eric. Taking a look at this situation, is the 2-day lockdown a legitimate act of civil disobedience or a strategic manipulation that endangers civilian livelihoods and security in the Southeast?
You see, in this question of 2-day lockdown, we never announced any lockdown. The United States of Biafra government never talk about any 2 days lockdown. The only lockdown we have is on the day of the Heroes' Day. There was never any lockdown called for Mazi Simon Ekpa appearance on court. Mazi Simon Ekpa court is in Finland. His court is going on in Finland. The United States of Biafra government never called for any sit at home for 2 days. Only on the 30th, 29th, was never ever a sit at home. But you see, they decide to choose that one that will suit their own idea. That is how you know people who are working for the government. They decide to choose them. Look at the one they picked. They know that the legitimate one never talked about it. Mazi Simon Ekpa court is in Finland. How can any normal person say that you are holding a seat at home in Biafra land when Mazi Simon Ekpa is there, over there in Finland? The seat at home that was called was for the Heroes' Day only. But look at how they diverted it, just to suit their evil agenda.
I've always said it. In fact, maybe before I start talking, you would have probably known my answer. But let me say it for the upton time and for the benefit of those who have not been listening to me about this, who have not been opportune to hear me talk about all this IPOB, Ekpa, and the Kano or stuff like that. Let me say now, any struggle, we are fighting for is a fraud, it's criminal. If you have the love of people to the extent that you are fighting for them and you claim you can lay down your life for them, why do you kill them? Why do you inconvenience them? Why do you force them against their will?
This is their life. They say Biafrans are killing Biafran. That Mazen Nandekano is killing Biafran. Mazen Samuel killing Biafran. Where? Every evidence have pointed on the people that are committing atrocities in Biafra land. Everyone know them. And we know how freedom are fought all over the world in the cause of freedom fighting. Freedom doesn't come cheap. There must be sacrifice for freedom. There is nothing that is happening in our struggle today that is not done in other places. Even when Martin Luther King was pursuing the freedom of the blacks in America, people lost their life in the cause, in the hand of the authorities.
These are a bunch of idiots that are stuck at Lagos that never go home.
You just imagine. People lost their life. When Gandhi was fighting over there, for India, people lost their life. South Africa, when Mandela was fighting, do you know how many people lost their life? Are you going to say that Mandela killed them? Will you say Martin Luther King took the life of people he took that died during that time? Or will you not say Gandhi took the life of people that died that time?
What makes them to call Mandela terrorists or the same Gandhi? They were called terrorists.
Just imagine this. Just imagine the line of thought of idiots.
Just have a situation where it has to be organic. Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Dr. Eric.
Okay, fine. A situation where it's organic. Let people follow you. You don't force people. And let me tell you, or tell us, I know from my experience.
Ask this man, where have you seen the Biafran leaders forcing people to follow them? Mazen Nandekano was only on the media broadcasting and speaking the truth, telling people what they should know. The same thing Mazen Samanekwa did. Did Mazen Samanekwa put a knife on anybody's neck and say you must follow him or you must obey him? Instead, what he was doing was to support the opinion of the people, just like in the sit at home. It wasn't Mazen Samanekwa. It was not Mazen Samanekwa that put it at home. It is the Department of Sabotua that puts it at home, and the Biafran people keyed into it or by their own self. Mazen Samanekwa supported the will of the people. But when they talk about these issues, forcing, who is forcing who? People who doesn't know the story of what happened, people who are watching from other countries might think that what they are saying is true. A lie from the pit of hell.
In this world, no matter how noble your actions, acts, thoughts will be, not everybody will support you. Not everybody. Some might not even support you just because of envy. Some because they are already evil and they don't want anything that's going to be put aright because they benefit from confusion. Then some will be majority will not support you. Are fighting for the people, Biafra. They want every Dick and Harry to support them compulsorily, and that I say no. So I don't see anything reasonable about civil disobedience, blah blah blah, all those sort of things. No, I have always said it that people like Nnamdi Azikiwe, they fought for our independence, which is even higher than what we are doing now. Yeah,
you see people that he
without lifting a finger in arms. They use the pen and the brain. But
you see the clown, look at his head, look at his bald head. You see the country that Nnamdi Azikiwe gave you, how it is today. The country that Nnamdi Azikiwe, Ahmadu Bello, and who else? Awolowo gave you.
What? My question is, what makes Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe to go to prison when he was fighting for freedom? Did he not go to prison?
Imagine this, these people, once they come to media,
useless man. Talking what he don't know, they put doctor for him. Everybody's a doctor.
I can't just understand these people. I can't just understand these kind of individuals. Look at the country those people he mentioned his name gave him today. A country that's terrorists are in charge. A country, since that time up to today, they don't have light. They don't have road. they are still campaigning with road and light up to today in Nigeria. That's a country that is you are not even ashamed to mention the name of the people who handed you over to slavery. Those are the people you prefer. And that is why we say Nigeria will never ever be good, because the citizens are even the worst. The citizens are the worst. I don't know the kind of mindset they have.
When you see all these people doing what they are doing, no way. It's in their own selfish interest. Own interest, and the interest is selfishness. So that's all I can say there. They don't have to force any
risk of fragmentation between these two groups, because now it looks like one is on the part of
What is Breji?
yes, it's Biafra movement in exile. Yes,
I don't know what is Breji.
okay,
Breji is a concussion from the social
media. Okay,
understand me?
okay.
Breji
From
was
Ekpa's group. Let's now put it as Ekpa's group.
Breji Breji is a name that they are using to defraud people. Now understand me? Breji is a name that they used to defraud the people. So it doesn't that Simon Ekpa told you that he's a content creator.
So it's more like a content.
But for me, he's a criminal. Simon Ekpa is a look. Most of these people don't know how this issue started.
Listen
they
to
don't know how these issues started. And they're assuming that at there's time, I have given you the real history of all these things. When Mossab was being formed in 1999, in 1998-1999, at Okota, Christian Wachuku Street, I was there.
You see,
1998-1999, I was among those that was telling Owazurike, remove this word sovereign. Remove this word sovereign, because it's going to cause a problem. Owazurike said no, that the stronger the worse, the better. That it was in Christian Wachuku's house in Okota that this argument was going on. Understand? Owazurike used to call me his SA media. Understand me? He was telling me now that I'm with him, when Biafra materializes, that I'll be Minister of Information. That it is the people around him that are going to be given positions. Understand? So, but you say I should buy my membership card, I should buy my identity. I told him, Chief, I did not pay to become a Nigerian. Therefore, I cannot pay to become a Biafran. Because as a journalist,
you know what story?
I'm looking for strong stories to sell my paper. Understand me? So that is why I was going to see him. That was why I was going to see him.
You see a saboteur. The only reason he
was sabotaging. Yes.
You see?
A very big confession.
You see this kind of a person. A complete saboteur.
Complete.
The story was wicked.
Complete saboteur.
You see the confession that he was a journalist. And the only reason he joined him was
big confession.
He went to join him because he's a journalist to get information that he's going to.
Yes. Complete sabo.
A big one.
Criminal.
Imagine.
The man was a complete sabo against Wazirike.
There are many people like this, even in this our government today. You see the confession from this idiot. You see the confession. That his purpose of going there was not for Biafra. He is a journalist.
No, he was only going there to get the information for him. As a journalist.
God forbid.
Was going on. Understand? Owazruke used to call me his SA media. Understand me? He was telling me now that I'm with him, when Biafra materializes, that I'll be Minister of Information. That it is the people around him that are going to be given positions. Understand? So, but he said I should buy my membership card, I should buy my identity. I told him, Chief, I did not pay to become a Nigerian. Therefore, I cannot pay to become a Biafran.
Because God ID cannot pay them with money. Idiot.
I'm looking for strong stories to sell my paper.
Oh.
Understand me? So that is why I was going to see him.
You see?
That was why I was going to see Mfenda. That was why. That's how I started Dokobo. I take a turn, and others become my friends as a journalist.
You say Wazirike is alive.
That's what I'm saying. I'm happy that Wazirike is still alive to hear this man talk.
You can imagine.
How?
You can imagine what our people are facing. You can imagine.
Oh Christ! And which network is bringing this man for interview, for crying out loud?
You can imagine. A complete saboteur.
Because strong stories sell paper, and these people. Then there's one other guy, National Publicity Secretary of a John National Congress, Eva.
Joseph Eva.
Joseph Eva. These are my very good friends because Joseph Eva calls Obasanjo all kinds of names. Understand? If you interview Joseph Eva, you need to dilute what he's saying. Understand me? Yes. So these people become my friends, not that I believe in what they are doing,
you see?
But because I need a strong materials to put on the front page of the newspaper. I was in the newspaper at that time. And the Femi Adesina, who was the editor then, would tell you, Peter, if you don't get a front page story tomorrow, don't come to the office. Understand me? So because of that, you have to make all these people your friends. So that they will give you tough things
to betray them and get what you want
to the editor. How? So from day one, I know that Ralph Owazruke was not sincere.
You see?
How did Owazruke form Mossab? 1997-98, Owazruke.
He just went in to get stories from Owazruke. Get stories.
He is saying that from uncle that he knows that Owazruke.
They were using him.
Sincere. He said Owazruke was not sincere from his mouth.
From his mouth. Let him finish. Let's
He founded the Igbo Casino Chiefs in Lagos State. Because Owazruke and Rochas Okori were Ojuku's food boys. When Ojuku was living in Ikoyi, Queen's Drive, Ikoyi. Understand me? So they were Ojuku's food boys. So when he formed the National Igbo Casino Chiefs, they were going everywhere, crowning Igbo, and making money. So 1998, Owazruke was sacked for embezzling 380,000 naira. Most people don't know this story.
Jesus Christ.
1998, Ralph Owazruke was sacked from Igbo Casino Chiefs for embezzling 380,000 naira. He's a lawyer. He read law in New Delhi University in India. So he has no job. Ooh. The next thing now is to form a Mossab as a way of making money.
Oh my God.
That time, internet was not much. What he does is, if we write story for him, he will cut it, scan it, and send to Nigerians abroad. I'm telling you that Nigeria state is against us. This is evidence. He was cutting newspapers then, understand, and scanning and sending to Nigerians abroad. Understand? So from the beginning, I know what is going on.
That's why he fell.
Are you saying that there's a hijack of the struggle by these various bodies?
No, everybody is looking for ways of making money,
including Nnamdi Kanu.
Everybody is looking.
Did you hear it? I want you to pay attention to this place now.
Jesus Christ.
He said everybody's making what they ask him. Look, remember initially he said his man is fighting for self-determination.
Yes, he said it.
He said, but now the journalist, that guy interviewing, ask him, so you mean everybody's making money, including
Nnamdi Kanu.
Look at his response. These people. I say when you see these people, run for them.
And say to Nigerians abroad, I'm telling you that Nigeria state is against us. This is evidence. He was cutting newspapers then, understand, scanning and sending to Nigerians abroad. Understand? So from the beginning, I know what is going on.
Listen.
So are you saying that there's a hijack of the struggle by these various bodies?
No, everybody is looking for ways of making money,
including Nnamdi Kanu.
Everybody is looking for a way of making money.
And the detriment of the legitimacy of fighting for Biafra.
Do you know?
Should you hear him? You know, when he was talking initially, you think this man support Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? You see where you see he has shown his colors.
Is this man an Igbo man or what?
He say his name is Anosike. He say his name is Anosike.
Which Anosike from where? For crying out loud, or those that the Fulani is
from Abia State
during the war?
This idiot from Umuahia.
Oh,
you can imagine. You can imagine what this man is vomiting. A saboteur. How you support that? Was it?
It's good that
was cutting information in newspaper and selling people abroad.
Good that
since the kind of started fighting for Biafra, he became poorer than what he had to be. The same thing to Martin Samuel Ekman. Many of them lost what they have. Any freedom fighter he become poorer than what he used to be.
You see why Uwazirike failed? Uwazirike came in without no. So Uwazirike is totally different from Ojukwu, Nnamdi Kanu, and Simon Ekpa.
I told you when Uwazirike came, Uwazirike was real. Uwazirike came out to really. He wanted to Biafra to come, but he was surrendered with evil people.
Yeah, no, but listen what he said. He said he's schooled, but he has no job. He was working as a boys for Ojukwu.
Exactly.
So he took over so that he has no money at that point. Maybe he doesn't have a job at that point, even though he was red. And now he started MASAP in order to make money. But he failed because he has no money.
That was not true. I don't believe this man. This man is a criminal. Don't believe any single word from this kind of person.
For me, I don't believe what he's saying. But the only thing I understand where my beloved sister is going. You see, when you talk about, just like when Master Simon used to say that anybody that is not financially okay to be a freedom fighter is difficult.
Yes.
Even if you are genuine, at a stage you will compromise.
Yes.
What you're saying is the truth. But the point there is the problem that
Uwazirike had.
When Uwazirike started, Uwazirike was real. What happened with Uwazirike was not just about money. What happened with Uwazirike was little did he know that he was surrendered with wolves like this kind of people coming to him. So when he find that it's not everybody that have strong mind to stand on what he believes. And especially that earlier time when all this issue was going on. So he was surrendered with a lot of criminal agents from Nigeria until he succumbed. That is 100%. You see?
It is really disturbing. It's really disturbing. Let's hear this clown.
In 2006, Igbo women wrote to Queen Elizabeth, understand, about the harassment of Igbos. When it got to Buckingham Palace, the secretary of Buckingham Palace stamped and signed, acknowledged. Uwazirike, that petition got back to Uwazirike. Uwazirike was showing people that Queen Elizabeth has accepted Biafra. See her stamp and signature. I know all these games.
So you're saying all of this struggle is all deceptive.
Understand
so
me?
Nigerians
So,
or Biafrans should not take them seriously.
If Nigeria, look, if a referendum is held today,
okay,
over 80% of Igbos will vote to stay in Nigeria.
So what's all?
Then what's stopping? Let them declare the Biafra. Let them declare the referendum. What is stopping government from making that referendum? Then
My brother, this man is not well. Oh. Well, like this man is not mentally okay. This man is not mentally sound. That is the truth. Upon all the sabo way he do himself, upon all the sabo way he do as a journalist, still he couldn't be able to make good money for himself. Upon all the sabo way he do, they carry news, enter, they carry wrong information, they expose people. Still, he couldn't make money. That's how dumb he is. And now he's completely insane. Just imagine what is coming out from the mouth of somebody. Just imagine. Why don't you then? Mazin Nandekan have said it several times that once you make a referendum and Biafrans say they are not going to go out, they want to remain in Nigeria, you will hands off. Someone else also say it. Conduct a referendum. Once Biafrans lose that referendum, we hands off. Why don't you start the campaign? Why don't you be in the front line? Since you are sure that about 80%, he mentioned 80% too. Hey, Chineke.
The man is talking. The man that is talking to know he's lying. The man knows he's a liar.
This man is tired for him.
The man knows he's a pure liar.
Come up, set up a group.
A
lot of people are following them.
There's no two individuals.
Okay.
There's no two individuals. Simon Ekpa is a scammer. Simon Ekpa is a scammer.
So what's the job of the Easterners from identifying him as a scammer and maybe exposing him as a scammer?
it is gullible people that are. Many of them don't have the information that I have.
Information.
Many of them don't have the information that. A lot of the time, if Owazuruke's wife's name is Ngozi, anytime Owazuruke is arrested, I'm the first person she calls. But they don't have all this information. Understand?
I thank God that Mazin Nandekan left that Mossad. I thank God. Because with a bunch of clowns like this, God forbid.
This is what Nigerians
are.
Huh?
This is the same thing with Ifeanyi Ejiofor.
Exactly.
This is pure Ifeanyi Ejiofor to Simon Nnamdi Kanu.
Exactly. What Ejiofor was doing with Simon.
You see the reference we gave by anytime that the rest of Wazirike, the wife of Wazirike will always first call him, thinking that he have a friend. The same thing is happening to Mazin Nnamdi Kanu with the wife and Ifeanyi Ejiofor today.
Exactly the same thing. You got it right. There's nothing different. There is nothing different.
Fond of using people's problems to make money. That's how Asari Dokubo becomes rich.
You see, he keep on comparing Asari Dokubo, Atekubo, and Tompolo with Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, Mazin Simon Ekpa, and anybody that fights for Biafra. Just imagine this man. Hey, Chineke Merigi.
2002, 2003, 4, 5. Anytime Asari Dokubo comes to Lagos, he calls me. Understand? Because on the first thought that we are fighting for better Nigeria. But I don't know that some people are using it as an opportunity of becoming rich. Understand? So many Bible said people suffer for lack of knowledge. So there's no way with what I know that Simon Ekpa will say Biafra. I told Owazuruke I did not pay to become a Nigerian. Why must I pay to become a Biafran?
Very interesting. All right, let me now go to Dr.
This idiot, this guy ain't no sense at all. For you to get Nigerian passport today, do you know how much you have to spend to get Nigerian passport? Even in Nigeria. The I9 or whatever they gave them, did they give them free? The
ID card of any country. This place, my ID card, even as rich as they are, I pay if I really anytime I want to renew my passport.
This guy is a non-entity.
Your ID card, if I lost my ID card, I pay. If I lost my driving license, I pay.
That's the truth.
Who is that?
Massachusetts. My network, my device is. I'm just trying to use a different device. Can you hear me?
Okay, is that Chris?
Yeah, Christian.
Okay, bro, Christian. Yeah, go on.
Hey, you know, I've been listening, and my brother, this is incredible. This is, you know, this Anosike guy.
Nobody the guy where he said don't repent. Nobody the guy where I tell you say never get salary.
No. I don't say he repent. I say he talk. Look, he speaks from both sides of his mouth. Even right here, he has been that like on one same mouth. Jesus, he's sick. He's not. Mentally he's sick. Physically, you know, he has a speech impediment, or they fake him. Maybe they fake the speech impediment.
He's just sick.
You know, listen. When that guy asked him, say, when he said that they are in need for money, that they are doing it for money. So the guy asked him 2 times. He said, including Nnamdi Kanu. Then the second time, when he want to talk, when he want to say everybody, he begin to stammer. Yeah, he began to stammer. Is a stammer or so. So you can see only a
complete criminal.
But you know what? The zoo, they have their man in him. Because they like, this is the type of people they like, okay? But for him, you can call him everything. You can call him the good, the bad, and the ugly. This man is sick. But the good thing too, though, the good thing is that these things, you know, internet doesn't lie. Whatever you put your mouth and say will be documented. Because a day of reckoning will come. At some point, a day of reckoning will come. He castigated Wazurike. He castigated Nnamdi Kanu. He said Nnamdi Kanu, everybody, because he did not exclude anybody. And at the same time,
of course, he said Nnamdi Kanu is the only one fighting for.
At the same time, he said that Nnamdi Kanu is the one who is fighting for Biafra. That Simon Ekpa is a scammer. Then he turned around again. He said everybody. The man said, including Nnamdi Kanu. He said everybody. Jesus Christ. You know well. But like I said, it's good. Let them continue to talk, because everything you said will be recorded for you. So a time will come, you have to explain yourself, because this is, but not be today, this guy begin to fuck up. He has been so, but he probably, this VOP, they pay him, you know, as an analyst or whatever.
No, the point there, choose use good patience so much. Anytime I go to this, if I just see this man, I will off that. I will not continue.
No, it's good, Brother Choose. It's good that you do these things, because we have to be putting them in their place. He's a discredited guy.
You can't imagine people that listen to him, they will take it as argument, or they begin to use it. Even Finland, that is, they can go and take this kind of video. Finland can go and use this kind of video.
And let me tell you that because of this, all these things where they vomit, Wazurike, at some point we get to hear a man he took as his right-hand man coming to say that Wazurike was in need for the money. And you see this thing, a lot is being revealed. It's like a revelation time. He said that he's a journalist, but he came in to seek information, working for the enemy. Exactly. That is what he's saying invariably. Just like the one they call Dr. Damages or Damage, whatever.
Exactly again. A very good example again, my brother Christian.
You remember when he wanted to come and interview DPM, and we shun it, we completely, so because this is what they do. If I do not count Biafra, how can till this day as we speak? Jesus Christ. I'm not surprised, but it's good. Make them expose themselves. damages ndị otu ha, they are all the same. Oh, there's no difference. I'm telling you. Like I said, since this year, I've not seen anything or heard anything from him because he has a big platform, and all these one Nigerianists. That's where they gather. They form lies. They create narrative to to suit their own agenda. So, but it's good that they continue to expose themselves because nothing ever remains the same. A time will come when I don't know, but a time will come when this Biafra will be achieved, and all of them, as they make themselves instrument of obstacle, they will. It's just as simple as that. Now, I just maybe this aside. Let me just say that for the PM, I saw I'm just seeing it now. As a matter of fact, that video you play in the courtroom. So I'm just wondering because Finland. Because the thing is that it's funny how Finland can accuse someone of terrorism when in actuality there's no country outside of Nigeria that has termed IPOB as a terrorist group. No, not even up to today. No country has termed.
That was exactly what the Defense Council asked him.
Yeah. So bro, my point is this: I don't know.
Not even Cotonou.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I'm just like trying to know if there is any effort towards having a representative that are like well informed, about what goes on in Nigeria, like video evidence, like Sister Egorgis was saying something about Ojugo was saying something about that military random shooting in a village where they were shooting randomly with arms and that is machine gun barrel. They were just shooting randomly. Then there are other ones where they shoot and throw Biafrans into the mud and dump. So these things, at least. So I don't know if his own lawyers, his own solicitors, if they are well equipped or informed about what Nigeria does with their military, how they massacre Biafrans. So these things we hear, because why do I say that? Is that you cannot accuse someone of engaging in terrorism because we know what terrorism is all about. We know to be a terrorist, you have to fulfill certain criteria. If like we go to Abuja and begin to bombard Abuja or begin to throw bombs, we've never, not in Lagos, nowhere. What happened is we're on our soil and they are coming to massacre us. This is how a solicitor will be presenting it. We're on our soil and they are coming to massacre us. What choice do you left us with? We have to defend it. We have to fight that. That is done everywhere in the world. And that is exactly what Samonekpa did. That is what Mazinan Kano did. That is what that is what every normal human being will do. So Finland on their own part, they know what it feels, how it feels when they were fighting to get their independence from Russia. Okay? So that means they are terrorists too. That is what it simply means. So we are fighting to protect our women, children, and our lives, our land. So I just, like I said, I don't know. I hope there will be representatives of PM who knows these things and have this information and the video evidence. With that, there's no case to answer. He will knock it down. Except, well, I suspect that Finland has chosen to become enemy of humanity. That is what it seems to me. Except they have decided that they join the evil ones to become enemy of humanity. And if they do, woe unto them. Woe unto those who see good, call it bad, and see bad, call it good. That is what it's all about. Because everybody knows. Hello?
One thing, my brother Christ. Simon Ekpa was the first thing.
Before you bought in, based on what my brother Christian was saying, the defense team of Mazi Simon Ekpa took this line of argument, exactly what he just said now. That was the line of argument they took. And
yeah. And everybody should know that the case just started. The case just started. So they have all those evidences.
They have all those information.
Yes.
And most of these things, including the videos, Mazi Simon Ekpa have already submitted it to the government even beforehand. So it's a question of referring them back to those files.
Exactly. Okay.
All those informations are intact. They are there. The
because
case is dead on arrival. Like
yeah, because exactly because why Martin Nandikano is beating the zoo hands down now is because there's a living evidence that is concrete evidence to counter the prosecution. So that's why he's not holding any water, and they are losing every day. Like I said, if they don't let Martin Nandikano go, they've exposed themselves and they've declared war against Biafra. It's a war between Biafra and Nigeria because the man is an innocent man, absolutely nothing guilty to be found on him. So that is his question, my brother.
So my distance, just to remind you, my brother Christ, you know, when Simon Ekpa came into this picture of the whole thing, Simon Ekpa was the first person that said, if you want to fight for freedom, you must show yourself that we are not going to go under hiding anymore. Simon Ekpa was the first person that brought in his ID card with his full name and show it to the public, all his complete names. So, which terrorists will do that?
No, there's no doubt. There's no doubt that Simon Ekpa, there's no doubt that he came prepared.
Finland know what they are doing. There is no other reason that made Finland to do what they did except that business interest. No other thing.
Mazi, Greg, listen. I think when I look at his face, what I saw is disappointment. He's disappointed in Finland. That's what I see. As for, preparedness, as for whatever happens, he knew very well that in fact he needed these measures because he was waiting for like this work tribunal, whatever they call it, United Nations, ICC, whatever. He was well prepared, you know. So
because Nigeria was clever, Nigeria didn't want to go into that ICC.
We will get
so
there.
That's why they give business to the Finland so that everything will end up in Finland.
Exactly. So yeah. So that is like you just said, is they're just starting. It's just beginning. So at the end,
just introduce the case.
Everything will be ironed out because it's madness. You can't call it now. You expect Hamas to be traveling. They don't travel apart from Nigeria. It's only Nigeria that Hamas leaders went in freely and they were hosted because Nigeria is a terrorist country. Outside Nigeria, there's no any civilized nation in the world that Hamas will go to. Leaders of Hamas. That is a fact, you know. But sometimes when I look at these things, I begin to wonder the level of similarities. I begin to look very keenly about situations, things that happens among, like in Israel, and the things that happens in Biafra land, and Alibo in particular. So much similarities. I begin to wonder, there has to be something. Apart from the skin color, there's something I can't quite put my finger on it. Do you know that as we speak now, the people who are dragging Israel in the ICC and the rest of it, all the world bodies, the two past prime minister of Israel. One is Ehud Barak, and another one, I just forgotten his name. I think he's one of the last prime ministers before this current one. Netanyahu. He's one of the last before him. Do you know that he's on air everywhere, on every platform, a major platform, saying that that Israel is apartheid state, that they are committing genocide, his country, his own country. Now, listen to this. In that was October last year when Hamas, they came in there, they find their way into the country and massacre more than 1,000 innocent people. Government could be doing, but they massacre more than 1,000 innocent people. Now, what do you do as a government? Regardless, what do you do? Do you fold your hands? And I mean, I'm trying to figure these things out. Now, you who was a prime minister, two, not one, two, are now going about on CNN, on BBC, saying that they are committing genocide in Gaza. Okay, I don't know. Maybe they are. I don't know. But I'm just wondering, how can people destroy themselves? How do people sabotage themselves? A country you benefited from, a country that you call your own country, so you want them to be left vulnerable, to be wiped out by those who have sworn. They have it in their charter. that they will wipe it. Hey, no, because in Biafra, when you look at from the beginning to this day, this is similar thing that Ojukwu suffered. Betrayers upon betrayers till this day is happening. This mad woman, Nona France, Onyara Noa, and Ojugo, Sister Ojugo was he referenced it, and I thought about it. I said, this is truly because how can you? Okay, Nnamdi Kanu was accused by the zoo. They accused him of terrorism. Finland is now accusing Simon Ekpa of terrorism. And you are there, and you say you truly believe in Biafra, you're a Biafran, and you want Biafran, and you're now calling Orabu Fulani leader of terrorists. So you ask yourself, what does that mean? And you know it's not true. So why are you doing this? Because you are giving ammunition to prosecutors, isn't it?
Yes.
So this sister raised that issue. And but again, we're talking about a woman who can't comprehend anything. You just believe that she knows everything. But it is sad. It is sad, my brother. Sad.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. Coach Chooks, let's hear from you. Coach Chooks, you've been here all this while. Coach Chooks, after Coach Chooks, we'll go to Nanyalugo. Coach Chooks, are you there? Unmute yourself, Coach Chooks. Unmute yourself, Coach Chooks. If you can't unmute yourself, okay, Nanyalugo. Nanyalugo, unmute yourself. Let's hear from you. Unmute yourself, Nanyalugo.
Hello.
Okay, go ahead.
Am I coming out?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, brothers. Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Yeah. I thank God in a special way. This very opportunity. You know, there is a song we used to sing. I say, Omekwala yozo, Okwumi heku, Jehova mewokwa yozo, Owomi heku. A na-ekwu nke o mere ya na-emekwa ọzọ n'elu nke o mere eme. Awụ ihe ọṅụ ma wurukwa ihe mwute the other side mana ọṅụ ga-akazi by ihe mere yesterday a nọ na-ekwu nke mere na na-emekwasị ọzọ. Ama m na Chineke were oge ọnọdụ n'isi nwere onwe a na-atọ na ala Biafra ma ndị niile egwuregwu ma ndị dị ndụ ma tupu okike abịa ma nke dị n'eluigwe onye ọbụla nọ n'ọrụ maka nwere onwe ihe agwụla ụwa ihe gbasara Biafra ihe ga anyị ezi ha n'ogbe a ka a ga-asị ngwa lawanị ikpe amaghị ụlọ agaghị eme one day. This video we play here now, brought you that is very sad. I watched this video, this program on yesterday night. This man and I got so many not going on. You have to make confession. Without knowing, no confession of women.
Exactly.
Still only have to more celebrate ocean hour. Kind of matter they will then he so this our struggle. We all told you. And I have this one by one. Everything for what of her, there were journalists. That and a friend who was I comment to my time on Evan the Martin Kano. They are not sincerely. While I know the way you could know that you believe you have 1 minute. The talk of the dark before it promotes in high rank. in office ọrụ nwa ọzọ na-agbara asatọ.
No.
Ọrụ niile ndị ọrụ na ọkarịrị ọrụ nkwa niile gọọmenti of Nigeria kwere Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ka o mee ọ hapụ Biafra ka ha yie the man who is sure was without Biafra. If he not without Biafra that he was not living. Only thing he gave me is that two men are left of Biafra. Let him in Biafra over again and you feel as a human being living here on earth. He has already a dead man. A woman is on Ekpa. Finland in the West that no withdraw from their politics to face Biafra. How we have Biafra Botua and Weziri Ayoko can have compare here with the can have Koludo with Nigeria. Ije Hona, Emechoniano. The don't find the way is that in Ije Maziland the Kanogra. Ije Mazin Simon Ekpagra. Including our deputy, Dr. Ngozi Orazeze. Almost 80 million Biafra votes running for freedom, liberation of Biafra. Again, he makes it quite on. This is the deputy, our COS, another person after one. There will mission, and don't be the one that will be the must to come to the end. Our woman, one out of a woman here on earth that stop would Biafra to come. So, we will make a London in a bamboo. Now, Monday in a studio. All the whole platform, Biafra platform, they make a Mbani Nena Alulu, him and Biafra, more especially in Ali Guy. You
see?
Yeah, he secret. Kaga heji ure buzuro. Sandi ya gidigwam. Wele kukta ho wala bata Biafra ne mbowa.
See?
Ana so tikolo na mbunye no jama. Isala era ba o ya obi ana tuko kitabiama.
You see?
That's my.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that wonderful contribution. Coach Hooks, are you there? Unmute yourself, Coach.
Good afternoon, Mazi Choose.
Good afternoon. No.
Good afternoon. Am I coming out?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Am I coming out?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mazi Choose, and good afternoon, my brothers and sisters. First of all, this man, what is it in name? This VOP news. What that man is even speaking myself. That is what even annoyed me to even come into the platform. Because first of all, this man is just speaking in both two sides of the mouth. This man in question, what he's trying to tell us now, that he worked with Wazulike. And at the same time, what he's trying to say is again now is that anybody that is talking about Biafra today, that all those people, they are not genuine. Or what is he trying to tell us? Like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he's trying to tell us that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not genuine. Mazi Simon Ekpa is not genuine. He's not genuine because for that of Mazi Simon Ekpa, He said that Mazi Simon Ekpa denied of being Prime Minister of United States of Biafra. Who tell him that? That is what I'm even saying before. That anybody that focus in any Nigerian news, that Nigerian news can never give you what you are looking for. Because all the news in Nigeria here, even the thing that is even happening in their own country, this Nigeria, they are not even saying it. Anything that is not favoring them, they're not going to say it out. If it's not like all these bloggers, they are the one that's even bringing some of those things out. That is the reason why all these senators in Nigeria here, they are trying how they're going to shut the social media down. All the people that are saying something that is destroying this Nigeria itself, they are planning how they're going to destroy the social media. But what I'm trying to tell this man today, all the things that is I've said today and all the things that I have said before, make it just be aware that all those things they're going to use it to judge him. Because Wazirike that is alive today, God knows the reason why that he keep him alive. It's because of all those foolish men. So that him himself is even going to know the people that sabotage him. Because Wazirike himself, him coming out before, he may even come out with clear mind. But because of the evil that gang up against him, that's the reason why he turned overnight. Likewise, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, like all these DOS that gang up against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before. If it's not because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, God sent him for this journey. He craft back down. The same thing with Mazi Simon Ekpa. Because all these individuals that call themselves this fallback group, fallback limited, all those people themselves, anybody that tell me that Mazi Simon Ekpa did not know that something like this is going on, the person is lying. Because all of them from A to Z, they are aware when before the power went to go to Mazi Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it openly that you should go and listen to Mazi Simon Ekpa, that is bringing another dimension this struggle. And the genuine ones go to him. Likewise, exactly thing that happened to our DPM presently today. Our DPM, Mazi Simon Ekpa, said that the DPM going to be in surrogate. You should represent him until he come out for the question that Finland called him. And the same genuine ones, the same genuine Biafrans followed our DPM. Igbos, are they trying to tell us that history wanted to repeat itself, or what are they trying to tell us today? Everybody that is still listening to all these people, they are still focused in Nigerian news. They should be aware that nothing good can come out of Nigeria at a time like this. Thank God that God bring you people out, most especially Mazi Choose and Mazugo 247, and the genuine ones that are still saying something about Biafra in sincerity. Thank God that God bring them in a time like this. If it's not so, it's only God know where we're going to be in the time like this. Because when, what is this name? When Sonny Akparawa come to openly said that media is power, he thought it's only you and Mazugo 247 that remain. But little did he know there is so many people that God is preparing for a time like this. We thank God for everything, and for the what is this name? The embassy that our DPM opened yesterday. That's our embassy that our DPM opened yesterday. That is to tell you that the Almighty God is with our DPM and all the genuine Biafrans. I pray that God will continue to strengthen all of you and everyone that is speaking the truth in a time like this. God bless you.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that amazing contribution that you just made. That man video is still there, but I can't continue with that nonsense. Biafrans must know how they listen, and you must listen good. This kind of people will only get you when you don't know why you are doing what you are doing. If you are OES member, you don't know why you are fighting for Biafra. You don't know why you are just talking about Biafra because others are talking, or because your friend is talking about Biafra, because you are very close to one of the Biafra agitators, and for that you begin to behave as if you know what you are doing. If you're on that line, you will always get it wrong. You always get it wrong. But if you know why you are fighting for Biafra, nobody will deceive you. Nobody will distract you. You will continue to be focused until you get to your destination. So, my fellow Biafrans, we must continue to pray for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon, pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and also our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Muzi Arabweze. Everything you are seeing will end in praise. It will end in praise. They have just opened the case, mentioned it, and the defense have also put their mention also. And I bet you, just like you saw victory smiling on the side of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are going to see the same thing. We know we are dealing with pharaohs, stubborn pharaohs that will never give up. They will always try to cage us in one word, but by the special grace of God, we shall overcome. So we are going to be rounding up on the program. We have taken it about more than 3 hours now, so I'm going to be rounding up with the program. So we'll go for closing remark. My brother Christian, are you there?
Mazi Juice.
Take your closing remark so that we can round it up.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think I was just going to say that this Anosike guy, yeah, well, it's not bad when we deal with street situations like this. It's not bad at all. Yeah, and the thing is that people like that, the zoo, they like to bring him so that he can, come and speak from both sides. He said the other time that he has said similar thing some time ago when another journalist asked him, if they conduct referendum, how do you think it will go? So he said it that then, and he now confirmed it again. But it's also lie, of course, because everybody knows. Then why do they give it then? If you think that no will win the day, then give it. But they know they won't. They know that if they give referendum, it's all over. They know that. But he is coming to lie about it because he's working for the zoo. He's paid to come there and talk rubbish all the time. But it's okay. It's all right. Wazirike, one way or the other, we get to see this, and Wazirike know him, so that Go on. So I will, by the grace of God, I got next week, Monday, hopefully. You can get you. Then yeah, so that we can, because the program of yesterday in Washington, I didn't. I tried everything. There was no volume. The volume wasn't coming out. I don't know, but anyway, maybe we'll talk about it some other time. What about at least the how do you assess it? The how well did it go? But yeah, so that's but for now, thank you so much, and for every Biafran in the panel, have a nice weekend, and yeah.
Thank you so much. Our program, the program of yesterday, we're going to deal with it on Monday, as you said, because today I
Yes.
just wanted to talk about Mazi Simon Ekpa issue. So by that
Yeah.
Monday, hopefully by that Monday, because we had a problem actually on the streaming yesterday. We had so many problems on the streaming and that voice and all that. So, but hopefully we are going to restream it. We're going to restream the original video by God's grace. Once the original video is out, we'll stream it, the one that will be very, very clear.
Because I was hoping that a dignitary outside dignitary but I saw Dr. Ngozi Arabeze did. It was so blaring the video. I didn't see, but I think she did the cutting of how is it called? You know, but like you said, okay, thank you. We talk more about it on Monday.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, my brother. Let's get closing remark from Coach Hooks. Your closing remark. Coach Hooks, are you there? Your closing remark. I think.
I'm here. Thank you, my brothers and sisters, once again. And my advice goes to every genuine Biafrans that are still waiting for Mazi Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out before they will come and queue in. They should be aware that United States of Biafra has been declared. And the first embassy has been opened yesterday on 30th of May 2025. They should remember all our heroes, both those that have died in this movement, in this struggle of Biafra. They should remember there is so many of them, even on the bed that they're even lying down. Before they even die completely, so many of them tell us that we should try as much as possible to make sure that this Biafra that they have died for, that he have come out in conclusion. And everybody that is still waiting behind, this is the time, that time that those our heroes talk about, that Biafra they are talking about has been declared, and the embassy has been opened in United States of America, in heart of America, not at the back door, in heart of America. They should know that United States of America, United States of Biafra has been declared. They should come out and support USB, which is United States of Biafra. They should come out. They should not wait until our land is taken away from us, from the invaders, because that time is now. They should come out. I thank everybody once again, and thank you, Mazi Choose, for the good work that you people are doing for the cabinet and all the cabinet members and our DPM. That the good Lord will continue to protect you people and guide you people by special grace of Chukwu Kabiama. You see?
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. Let's hear from our brother Greg. Well, Greg, your closing remark.
Yeah, Mazi. Thank you one more time, Mr. Chus, and all the brothers and sisters in the house. As we thank God for our new embassy in Washington, thanking God as well for our leader, Mazen Namdekano, who in the forefront fighting, and their brother PM on the forefront fighting. We pray that all the effort can never be in vain. And because they come with all their mind, because they come with sincerity to fight for the freedom of their brothers and sisters and their land, victory is assured.
You see?
100%. It's just to encourage every person, just like one of our brothers said now. If you are waiting for Mazen and the Ghana Simon Ekpa come out before you rise again to join, then you are not a freedom fighter. A freedom fighter is like a person who is carrying his bullet and gun. You cannot tell me if you are a soldier and you are in a battlefield and they shot one of your colleague in his leg and you carry him, you say, I will not go to the war front again until he is healed. He is the commander. If he is not healed, I will not go to war front. That means you don't even know what you are fighting for. That means we are not prepared. In every freedom and when you are in a war field, anything you must expect anything to happen. As long as you are still alive and you are carrying all your arms, you move on and continue fighting, thanking God for your life every day, that you are still alive and God will still use you to cover those areas that Mazen Namdekano and Simon Ekpa was supposed to be doing when they were not here, when they are here. So since they are not here now, you make sure that no side is leaking. That is why you are a freedom fighter. You're not a freedom fighter. I don't need to do anything again until I have to wait until Mazen Ekpa come out. I don't trust that. I don't trust this one. You, who is trusting you? So you cannot count yourself as a freedom fighter. A freedom fighter will not look back. If every day when you wake up, you find out that you are still alive, you carry your arm and you move on to the battlefield and you continue fighting until you have complete totally victory. If you are waiting for your co-fighter to wake up to tell you, okay, come and fight again before you, then you know you don't know what you are fighting for. That is the fact. So we encourage everybody to carry on his army. Carry your arm. Wear your uniform and carry your arms and come out and fight. If you are fighting with finance, do it. If you are fighting with your mouth in the media, do it. If you are fighting by preaching it every street, everywhere you see Biafrans, do it. If you are fighting spiritually, do it. If you are fighting with advice, do it. All these things are the gift that everybody have. There must be somewhere you are good of. Do not hide your master's money until you wait for him to come back before you can go and make money or look for profit. No. Simon Ekpa is fighting. That court he's going is another battle. If God give him the grace, he won the Nigerian government in Finland. The victory is for Biafra, not for Simon Ekpa. Then the Finland government will officially convinced that what is happening in Nigeria is not what Nigerians are presenting. That is what Simon Ekpa is there to fight. And that is what he's fighting in the court. So it's not just the case of Simon Ekpa. No, it's our case. It's our problem. So don't not go and sit back. If you are sitting back, he will not contribute again. Simon Ekpa, his lawyer, he's kind of lawyer and not a lawyer that is cheap. His lawyer is expensive. So even that court is coming today. If they tell you how many thousands they have to pay, you will be surprised. So he's not a cheap lawyer that will come and do this kind of thing.
that you have to go home and sit back and say, okay, since Simon Ekpa is not there, I will no more contribute to anything. Then who will contribute to set Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free? Who will contribute to set Mazi Simon Ekpa free? It's me and you that are here that have to be putting something there so that there will be some resources to pay off those lawyers. They are not cheap. They are not doing it free. It is not their problem. It's our Biafra problem. We go and rent them and hire them to come and help us to fight this, and they must be paid, and other things must be taken care of. So we're supposed to be reasoning every time we are doing something. Then you know who is telling you the truth. Follow the pure truth. Don't follow propaganda. That is my message to you. Thank you, Mazi Chooks. And may God bless you and strengthen you as well, and all the media that are doing the needful. God is our strength. Thank you, and see you again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And that brings us to our beloved sister Ojugo to give us the final touch. My sister Ojugo, unmute yourself. Take stage. We cannot hear you. We can hear you. My sister, we can't hear you. Your voice is not coming out. What's going on? We can hear you. Check your... Okay. Okay, she's on backstage. I thought that she's not ready. I was looking at you on backstage. I don't know. I didn't bring you up, and I was calling.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Sister, so sorry, Jare.
My dear, it's not easy. It's not. It's not easy.
So much like that,
it's not easy. Since yesterday, Since yesterday, because I was in the Zoom yesterday, I saw you there with the connection issues and other stuff. So, and here we are again this morning. So, I don't blame you. It's not easy, and you're really trying. And I will stand on the ground of our last speaker closing point. If you're still standing on the fence, these are leaders that we love so much cannot defend themselves at this point, and they are standing for us. So whatever we can do to free them, we have to do it. It's our job. The lawyers they're not doing whatever they're doing for free. We have to pay them.
Yes.
And he also gave a very big scenario. If you are in a military and something happened to one person, all we need is carry the person, put the person somewhere, and continue. Because if you are looking back, then the enemy will get hold of you. We have to move forward. We saw what happened during the war. People were running for their dear life. I saw a woman with two little girls and one at the back. The little girls were running, pam, 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 and she was carrying something on her head with a baby at the back. Nobody was looking back. So running forward. Forward. When I bought on that day,
At all.
You don't. We all read the Bible. If you're not reading the Bible now, you read it before. In one way or the other. Lot did it. The wife looked back and turned to salt. Please, you don't wait. We move forward. Nnamdi is not going to die with Biafra. There are so many able men. Ojukwu didn't die with Biafra. There are so many men that are dead. One of our gallant men left his good life overseas, wherever he was living, came back and for Biafra. Ikonso. So many people have lost their life. So many people, order was given. If anyone believes in Simon, take the person out, bury alive. And they stick to their God and they died for Biafra. So please, we cannot wait. We are all fighting the same cause. The same cause. Reflect. Yesterday is a day of reflection. Stay in your house, stay down. If you want to take a glass of drink, reflect on what you're fighting for. Pray that the spirit of the ones who fought for Biafra and they died genuine, pray that their spirit possess you. If it possess you, you will act differently. Please, let's think different. Social media is not a place where you do jamboree. It's not. You're making a video. You're making a video that will be there. Anytime that video is pulled up, it comes up. Social media is not a playground. Please. You're making a history, either good or bad. Please, for God's sake, do not call us terrorists. I beg God, beg you. Don't call him Biafra. I am a Biafra. But if you chose to, that's okay. That's okay. It's very common language that they call people who are fighting for their life. They name them. So please, my dear people, watch what you do on social media. Please, my dear people, do not crucify Nnamdi Kanu second time. Do not crucify Mazi Simon Ekpa second time. Do not throw stone on them, directly or indirectly. Like I said, I'm happy that Owazirike is alive today to listen to those who ever work with him. For the jamboree man that is talking, goofy human being that is talking, if your money is genuine, you would have used it in a genuine way to treat yourself. You will have even find a way to see that you have a problem. Because money make in a wrong way can never be useful to you. You will not use it to do anything meaningful. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu condemn Nigerian media, the newspapers. And we all can witness it this morning. Why they are a bunch of idiots that don't know their right and their left. So please, wake up. It's not too late. Wake up. What are you fighting for? If you open your mouth to say Biafra, that's what all of us are fighting for. Let's come together, do this once and for all. Let's not leave this to our children, rather to take our children back home. Thank you so much, Rochux, for your time, because I'm sure today we're continuing from where we stopped, Washington, D.C., right?
No fundraising today.
No,
No fundraising.
not fundraising. Is the Washington, D.C. over?
Yeah, it's over. So some other ceremony will still be going on, but I don't think it will be shown. It will not be live. And now some
Oh,
other activities are still ongoing, but I'm not sure it's going to be live. But even if it is live, I will bring the update. You will see.
okay, because I was like 3 things were mentioned that will be done there. So that's why I'm thinking that it's still going on, the solidarity and the remembrance, and then the unity coming together. So, and then our veterans, I didn't see those things. I don't know if I was missing something because I thought maybe they would show us like these are the veterans both abroad and home, maybe I was missing something, So I don't know. That's why I thought maybe things are still gonna go on. But
Yeah, many programs were omitted, even though it started very late and all that. So, but if there is any change of schedule, I will send the message on the group and the link so that people can be able to key in.
okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you, my sister. Happy weekend. My fellow Biafrans, I appreciate everyone that have been with us from the beginning of this program up to this minute. I thank you so much. This weekend, we are not having our fundraising. You can take your rest and continue on the mood of remembrance of our heroes. It continues today, and tomorrow is a Thanksgiving. We'll go to Thanksgiving tomorrow on behalf of our heroes and thank Chukwu Kabiama, who has kept us alive and made us to be around up to this minute. So go with a very tangible Thanksgiving tomorrow. Wherever you are worshiping, you thank God, and make sure your offering goes to United States of Biafra. Don't forget, your offering to United States of Biafra at any time. The link is there, 247. You just go there and make your donation to support the United States of Biafra. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect every single one of us that is in this platform today that have been here from the beginning to the end. I thank you so much. Without you, I can't be here. I wish you all a very, very wonderful weekend. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide her, protect her, secure her, give her more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and continue to keep her safe for us. No evil shall befall her, no evil shall befall her, no evil shall befall her. So, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku. We commit him into the hand of Chukwu Okike Abiyama for divine strength, for divine healing, for divine revelation, for divine protection. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. Every plans of the enemies against him should come to nothing. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, will emerge victorious, and we are going to celebrate. May the spirit of our heroes fight for him. May the spirit of our heroes stand for him. May the spirit of our heroes speak for him. The same with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will guide and protect our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, secure him, give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and grant him victory. May the spirit of our heroes fight for him. May the spirit of our heroes fight for him. May the spirit of our heroes speak for him, and may the spirit of our heroes grant him victory. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafrans shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our leaders shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. See you again next time. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.
Oh, Mama Biafra, where you dey? We dey wait for you to come our way. Simon Ekpa, you dey fight like lion, keeping Biafra safe from Zion. Oh mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want am strong. We Simon Ekpa we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, I'll call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand up tall. Together we rise, we no go follow. Oh mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Freedom now before it's too late. In unity we go dey strive. Fight for freedom, we go alive. With courage and strength we dey fight. Mama Biafra, our guiding light. Oh mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. With Simon Ekpa we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, I call no doubt. Enemies close but we stand tall. Together we rise.